I went to the bank. They said, well, your stepmother was here closing all of the accounts.
Svetlana Fisher claims her stepmother, Reza, took all the money when her father passed away.
My mother was the one who took my dad to the hospital when he died, not her.
It was my card.
I know you've got it in your head that's community property.
Right.
It's always sad when families are ripped apart when somebody dies. Miss Fisher, according to your complaint, the defendant, who is your father's second wife,
Correct.
took money from the estate and really appropriated it. And her defense is, I assume, based upon your answer, well, she did do that, but you didn't pay for any part of your dad's funeral. Is that what this case is about?
Yes.
How old was your dad when he died?
He was 57 years old.
Was it a sudden? 58?
Almost 59.
Was his death sudden?
It was a very sudden death after an unsuccessful heart surgery last August.
And your dad, I assume, did not have a will?
He did not have a will, no.
Mrs. Fisher, how long had you been married to Mr. Fisher before he died?
We were married legally almost 3 years, but we lived longer. We lived together almost four and a half years.
But you only were married for 3 years?
Yeah.
And I assume, Miss Fisher, that your father did not have a will?
That's correct. And my stepmother, I went to the bank the next day after my dad died, and the people at the bank told me, I'm so sorry about your father. I said, how do you know? They said, well, your stepmother was here closing all of the accounts. That was the next day after he died, before even he was buried. So she had closed all of their joint account the next day.
All right, so there was certain money that was in joint accounts.
That's correct.
That's not the basis of your lawsuit.
That's correct.
What is the basis of your lawsuit, Mrs.
My
Fisher?
father had an account way before they were married in a stock account. It was his sole account in his sole name.
It's not true.
For when he died, there was $19,090.84. We had started.
Let's round it out to $20,000.
Okay.
There was $20,000 in this stock account that you say was in your dad's name alone.
That's correct. And I have papers here to
Can I
show.
see what you have, please?
Yes, this shows that the papers were in his name alone. This shows how much money and that it went to Raisa's account when she closed it. And here's a letter with her stating to transfer all of the funds to now her new account from that account. We had started with
On what date did your father pass away?
August 6, 96.
Well, this withdrawal was made on October 9th.
That's correct.
Did you withdraw all of this money, this $19,090 from this stock account?
No, I didn't withdraw him because...
Did you transfer it to a different account?
It took a long time while they processed the claim and they gave me the money. It wasn't like that. It wasn't anything like it.
Well, if your husband died without a will, and this account was in his name...
Yeah, but the stocks he bought and sold together, being married to me, they were purchased and sold during the marriage, so it's a community property.
Who told you that?
Who told me that?
Yeah.
Well, my lawyer told me that, and I know it because we were...
That's not true.
He was buying
no,
and selling.
No, that's not true. You have a statement of the net worth of the account prior to their marriage 3 years ago? What was the...
No, she doesn't have that.
Well, do
That's
you?
not true.
Do
Yes,
you?
I do.
Well, how much was in the account 3 years ago?
Nothing. When I married him, he lived in a very little apartment. Everything was from the garage sale. That's how his
Mrs. Fisher,
wife left him.
Mrs. Fisher, don't try to deflect my attention.
No, I don't.
He had a stock fund.
Right.
Now, if he only had $1,000 in that stock fund that was in his name alone at the time you married, and during the course of your marriage, you both contributed to the stock fund, and it was built up to $20,000, I may agree with you.
Yes, we did contribute it together.
I might, if you could, did you have things in both your names?
in the
In
stock?
joint names? No, not the stock. He had things in both your names. Is that correct?
Of course, everything we have in both names.
Not this. This was only in his name.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Well, if this
account,
is
but
only in
doesn't
his name-
matter.
What?
Doesn't matter whose name it is, because I was married to him. It's a community.
No, no.
We were buying and selling it together. He was unemployed most of the time.
Mrs. Fisher, you just told me in your answer, and I want you to make sure that you tell me the truth, madam, because I'm like a truth machine. You told me that you're struggling, that you don't make a lot of money, and that it was very, very hard for you to pay for his funeral because you don't make any money, right? That's what you told me. So how could you say
That's
that you
right.
contributed to stocks?
Yes, I did, because I had money in my account before I was married. I had money. I had an IRA account.
Show me withdrawals that you gave, and show me where you made withdrawals to put in to purchase stocks.
Yes, I will.
Okay, good.
Judge, I want to
Just a
say,
second. I want to see that. That's very important. I want to see the money that you took out of your accounts and trace that money to giving it to your husband to purchase stocks.
I have it, but no, this. I have that I contributed to IRA, which
I'm not
is...
interested in your IRA. I'm not interested in the IRA. I'm interested, madam, in his stock account.
Yeah,
because
I have.
clearly,
I have that I took from my account. They took it from me. I don't know
well, that
where
they
it
took
is.
it from you. We'll wait till you get it.
Yeah.
Byrd, we'll take
And
a
here,
recess,
and
get
here,
it.
by the way, the stocks, that they all were bought, that one that I sold, they all were bought in 1996.
So?
Bought and sold when we
So?
were married.
Mrs. Fisher, I know you've got it in your head that if your husband bought and sold securities while you were married, that's community property.
Right.
No! Wrong! Wrong. I'm going to tell you why. Let's say in 1940, her father bought Pepsi-Cola at $2 a share. And he decided to sell his Pepsi-Cola in 1996 when it's worth, I don't know, $200 a share. Are you suggesting to me that that becomes community property because it's sold when you're married?
No.
Now, are you suggesting to me that if he sold Pepsi-Cola and he bought IBM with the proceeds because he bought it and sold it while you were married, that the IBM becomes yours? Is that what you're suggesting?
I'm not suggesting anything.
No, no, no. I'm trying to follow your logic. You say
The
because he
logic
bought
said-
and sold these stocks while you were married,
That's right.
that they're yours.
Yes.
Well, and so I asked you a simple question. Assuming that your husband bought Pepsi-Cola in 1940 and sold it in 1996 and bought IBM with the profit that he made.
No, but
Yep,
these
yep.
stocks... These
You
stocks were
believe,
bought-
you believe that stock in IBM would be community property and therefore be yours.
I don't know, you know better. You
Right,
judge.
I know better. Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
she's bitter and angry because my mother was the one who took my dad to the hospital when he died.
It's my card.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Stepdaughter Svetlana Fisher claims stepmother Raisa Fisher kept all the money from her late father's estate. Raisa says it was left to her alone.
Did you ever sign a document that said that you were his sole heir and beneficiary?
Pardon?
Did you ever sign a document indicating that you were his sole heir and beneficiary?
No, but I was giving the letter that I was solely responsible for all his financial matters by Svetlana, that I am his widow, responsible for everything.
We're talking apples and oranges, madam. She says that you signed a document with a stock account that she wants to give me right now. Is that the document?
Under penalty of perjury.
Just a second. Show it to her, please, and see if that's her signature. That you signed this document saying that you were his sole heir. Is that your signature?
Yes, on that account,
Good.
yes.
Can I see it?
That's the only account
No,
that I'm
there's two
suing for.
accounts.
This is the only
That
account
she
that I'm
received,
suing
her
her.
sister and her received.
I
She
have not
wasn't-
received anything.
That's
not
right,
a
because
penny.
she wasn't even a beneficiary on his IRA account. I don't think she deserved
Let's-
anything.
Just a second. She says that she's not interested in anything else and she has not gotten any other money.
And she's not...
Just a second. That's what she said. So this is the only thing. This says, you signed it, no other person has a right to the decedent's interest in the above property.
Yeah, because I believe it's my money, exactly my money.
Do you know what the law is in the state of California with regard to someone who dies without a will?
But that's not...
Do you know what the law is in the state of California with regard to someone who dies without a will, Mrs. Fisher? How their property is distributed if they have children. Mrs. Fisher, you're not a...
Yeah, but these children, you can ask my sister if anybody saw her ever at his house. She didn't want to know. She has no relationship. She's 31 years old. She never showed her face. When he was on a deathbed, she left for the wedding and left. I begged her, please don't leave. She said, we'll see about it. And she went to Utah for her boyfriend, sister wedding. And he was dying there. And when she came back, she was angry with me. Why didn't you disconnect him? Why you let him suffer like that?
Mrs.
She
Fisher,
started hating me for that.
Mrs. Fisher, 10 minutes ago, you tried to deflect my attention from something. My court officer has known me for 15, 20 years. He will tell you that I have a mind like a vice. The question I asked you was, in the state of California, you know that when you die without a will, your property is divided if you have a wife, between your wife and your children, and if you don't have a wife, and if you just have children, then it's just the children, and if you just have grandchildren, then it's the grandchildren. So you knew that she was entitled to 1/3.
No, I didn't. My lawyer told me that
Don't tell me what your lawyer told you.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
Don't tell me what your lawyer told you. You believe that because these stocks were bought and sold during the course of the time that you lived together, that's community property.
Though. He had 2 accounts, which they collected, the same almost amount that I collected.
Just a second, she didn't collect anything.
Because her father didn't count her in, even on IRA. Ask why she's not on it. Her name wasn't even there.
That was a different sister. Her other sister collected right. Because that property was left. Her sister was the beneficiary.
She was the younger beneficiary for anything.
She was the baby.
Mrs. Fisher, I'm just going to ask you a couple more questions, please, and then I'm going to finish this case. When you married your husband 3 years ago...
That's right.
How much money did you have in the bank?
Who? Me?
You!
It's your business.
Excuse me?
I have $20,000 on my own.
Show me.
Show?
Yeah.
Why should
Show me. You had $20,000 of your own.
Yes. I have an IRA that I put both children on it, but he didn't. Because the way they were behaving, they weren't close at all.
Mrs. Fisher, you had $20,000 when you married him.
Yes.
In your own IRAs, is that right?
On my IRA, right.
You still have your IRA?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You still have your IRA. Mm-hmm. And how much did you collect from your husband's estate up until today's date?
How much I collected?
Yes. How much money?
$19,000. $19,000.
Just on the single account.
And I spent $9,000 for the funeral.
Just a second. $19,000.
Right.
That's all you collected, was $19,000? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Go ahead.
That is only on his own account with his own name. Mm-hmm. That does not contribute to the car that he had fully paid and all their joint accounts.
I'm talking about everything. The joint accounts, Mrs. Fisher, not only this $19,000.
We only have one checking account, and that's it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Okay, now you can go shopping for the next husband to rob.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Raisa Fisher says her late husband did not want his daughter to benefit from the money he left behind. Svetlana Fisher says her father left her at least part of the money.
How much money was there, Miss Fisher, in the joint accounts? Do you
don't know. I have no idea. I never inquired.
It's what?
How much we had? Like $5,000? I don't remember now. Maybe $3,000, maybe $5,000. I don't remember now.
Well, this is money that you owe her. There was $19,000. How many sisters do you have?
My sister had a lawsuit that she was in court last month, and she won. And Raisa is appealing that, but she won because it was, again, 1/3, same situation. I believe that she is countersuing me for any funeral expenses because she's bitter and angry, because my mother was the one who took my dad to the hospital when he died, not her.
It was my card. It was my card. I
card,
vote like,
insurance
Judge
card.
Judy, can I tell you
And she's just
something?
bitter
Wait.
and angry
No,
because
I'm
my
not
father
bitter. I
had
don't mind
friendly
to pay.
relationship.
Let me say something, okay? My husband didn't keep his job. He was a very good engineer, but mostly he was doing stocks. That was like his job. And he was in and out of job, never had insurance. After extensive surgery 2 years ago, I continued working for a minimum wage almost. I'm working for a May company, okay? And sustaining that insurance that they didn't cost him, instead of being grateful to me, my insurance paid over $300,000 for his illness, for her father's illness. And I was there day and night, in and out of the emergency room because I had a nervous breakdown. So that's how close I was to my husband, how I loved him, and I was there for him. But she wasn't. She went to the wedding. She went to the wedding when he was dying. I don't think she does not deserve any money, nothing, none.
Well, I'm telling you right now, you are mistaken. You are mistaken.
I don't know. And plus,
you don't know. I'm telling you.
She's an optometrist. She drives Lexus. She lives south of Boulevard. Look at me. I live in a rundown apartment in Reseda. And I am poor. I am the one poor. She's rich.
Listen to me.
They both
Mrs.
drive
Fisher,
Lexuses.
I want you to listen to me, madam.
They both
Listen
drive.
to me.
Okay.
Very carefully.
Yeah.
Right? You were not married to your husband for 30 years.
Doesn't matter.
right.
Listen to me.
I was
No,
close to
there's
him.
a certain equity, madam. I want to explain. There's a certain equity. If you were married to this man for 30 years, I would have a lot more sympathy in your position when you say, look, I need the money. I'm poor. I understand that he had children from a prior relationship, but we cared for each other. We had a life together for 30 years. You were married for 3 years before he died.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
I'm not a greedy person. Absolutely not.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. A stepmother and daughter at war over her father's estate. Svetlana and Raisa Fisher are fighting over the money left behind.
Read
You
this
had
letter,
plenty of
please.
money.
Can
Listen
you
to
read
me,
this
Mrs.
letter,
Fisher.
please?
You have a countersuit.
That Svetlana says that she has no relevance to
You
his...
have a countersuit for the funeral expenses. You are not. They are not responsible for the funeral expenses.
Why am I then responsible?
No, you're
I'm only
not.
3 years married.
I want to explain something to you. If you had to go into your own money to pay for your husband's funeral expenses, I would, as a matter of equity, see to it that they had to contribute to that. You just told me a moment ago you are whole. You came into this marriage 3 years ago with $20,000 in your IRA. You still have $20,000 in your IRA.
No, I have
in
more
addition,
than that.
Well, now you have more, but
had
certainly you didn't go into your own personal...
22,000.
Hey, I'm speaking.
I'm sorry.
You didn't go into your own personal money to pay for your husband of 3 years for his funeral. He left more than sufficient amount of money to pay for his funeral.
Yeah, but I'm not the one suing. They made my life hell. They dragged me to courts in and out, both of them. Ask when his daughter visited her father, or ask or give him something for the Father's Day last year. What did they give him? They give him
Please,
anything.
listen to me. Listen to me. Your lawsuit seeks $5,000. You are owed under this...
Thank you.
Under the account that should have been distributed under the laws of intestacy in this and most other jurisdictions. You are owed at minimum $6,000.
Exactly.
And therefore, I am awarding you $5,000.
Thank you.
Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff, $5,000. The countersuit for the funeral expenses is dismissed. The deceased paid for his own funeral expenses out of his own money. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Thank you very much.
Out the back door to your
She
right,
doesn't
please.
deserve a penny.
Which
Out the back door to your right.
And on the next Judge Judy.
we had a very close
No
relationship.
relationship.
Never saw her face in his house.
That's correct, because she wouldn't allow us to come to the house. My dad would come to our house. They would never
Our
allow
own
us.
children would steal money from our father's wallet, okay? And he told us that he only had two
was
children,
lying.
us,
We
and
could
not
see
a
their
drug
faces.
addict child.
You never show your face anywhere.
Thank you.
You greedy people.
I am greedy?
Yeah.
You don't
Very.
know
As if you had a lot to do with our father.
Yes, I am.
Who
I
were
am.
you to our
Who
father?
are you?
I'm not a greedy person. Absolutely not. If I would see that they were loving daughters, I would allow them to have something. And they got their more than their share.
Now you can go shopping for the next husband to rob.
To the next
You're
husband
next.
to
To
bury.
kill. None of my
The
husband.
next
Well, you can go
husband to
next.
bury.
Well, by the time I got there, I didn't know I was going to have to fight for my life to get out.
It all started when a screw came loose from a video game.
And all I did was defend myself when she jumped in my face.
Let's take this slowly,
Okay.
Rena.
Yeah.
My Renee hit her again because she wasn't moving out the door fast enough.
Aren't you ashamed
Yes.
for injury to your arm, to your finger?
And my foot. I have a comminuted fracture on my foot.
All right, well, why don't you tell me first, before we get to your injuries, I gather that the defendant's son was playing at your house with some of your children.
Yeah. Well,
Is that right?
yeah.
And there was a toy that was broken by her son.
A little toy.
What kind of toy was it?
It's a little Nintendo cartridge. I went to the defendants to ask them, did they have a screw that I can put into my, well, actually, it wasn't my son's game, it was my nephew's game. To put, could they help me put it back together?
Let me stop. After the toy was broken, according to your complaint, you went to the defendant's house.
I went there.
And you said, do you have a screw that you can fix the game with, because your son broke the game?
Before I went there, I sent the
Put your hand
boys,
down, please.
my nephew and my son, over there. And they called me and asked me, why did I send the kids over there? They didn't understand what they were talking about. You know, they didn't understand. Tell me what you're talking about. I said, I'll be over there in a minute. But I didn't know that, well, by the time I got there, I didn't know I was going to have to fight for my life to get out.
Well, what happened when you got there?
Well, when I got there, I was trying to explain to Renee.
Who's Renee? That's you?
Rena.
Rena.
She's Renee.
Well, they told me her name was Renee. And anyway, I was trying to explain to her about this screw. And she kept yelling, and I told her, I said, okay, forget about it. You obviously want to fight. So I was trying to get out. And before I knew it, they had jumped on me.
Who's they?
She, her mom, and her brother.
You're the mother.
Yes, I am.
I didn't find it funny. I've been in the cast for about 2 months, and I'm still being treated.
And you don't know why this happened?
Well, I have a pretty good idea.
Well, let me hear your idea, because right now I really don't understand why you have injuries.
We have yeah, I don't either. I mean,
I don't understand it either. So tell me why you think this happened.
We had a mutual friend, and he was pretty nice to me. He did a lot of things for me. I think Val may have been in love with him. I don't know. He claimed he was in love with me, but I didn't share those same feelings.
So you think that this was all over a man?
That's what I think. Well, the man had died. And the man died. I didn't go to his funeral. And a couple of days after that is when this setup, I believe it was a setup. This is what happened, because I can't understand why they would get that mad over a little Nintendo game, a screw. I have a lot of kids over at my house all the time. Val and I have had problems with the kids before, but we've always been able to talk about it.
That's you?
We've always been able to talk about whatever problems we ever had. We've always been able to talk about it. But this particular time, there was no talking.
Okay. Rena?
Yes.
Let's hear your version of this, please.
Okay, Sunday is when I heard that, well, my son, he was at our house playing Sunday for a couple of hours just before we was gonna start our day. And I had told her, you know, she was fixing the kids' lunch and stuff. I told her, don't worry about mine, because I would be picking him up about 3, because we had movie engagements and planned for that day. But after I dropped him off back after Sunday and everything like that, never mentioned about the screw. Even after I picked him up, because I still don't know when the screw got lost and everything. So when I dropped him off at his father's, I went off with a friend, and we were gone for like 2 days out of town. And when I came back that Tuesday, which was the 22nd, is when I heard about the screw. She called the house saying that I said, why did you send the children? She said, because I figured you could help them. And I'm like, help them with what? A screw. What kind of screw? A screw to a game. I'm asking, is this game still broken, or is it broken? Does it work? I haven't checked that. She's assuming that she's talking to my mother. I'm letting her know you are talking to me while she's being loud and ruly. I will be there. When she got there, she bammed on the door like she was a detective, and I asked her why. She said, because I wanted to make sure you heard me. Come on in. She's still going on about the screw. She never said anything about the game. She always focused on a screw. I got out a screw bucket where I keep little tools and stuff. Let's get us one. I offered her to sit down. She sat down for a half a second and jumped back up, and when she did that, not knowing her, because I can prove that I've only been here, just got in town. I don't know her. She's my mother's company. Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, and so when she jumped up in my face, not knowing what she had done or what she'd been doing over her house before or why she was calling, and because she still had hostility and rage in her voice, in her and everything, and all I did was defend myself when she jumped in my face.
Just a second. All right, let's take this slowly, Rena.
Yes.
She's sitting on the couch. And where are you? Sitting or standing?
No, it's a little love seat. And before she could sit down, when she sat down before I could sit down, she was back up and I rose with her.
I have to get this as a mental picture.
Okay.
You are standing.
Yeah. Talking to her like this, like we're side by side.
Right.
And I said, sit down, let's talk.
You said sit down.
Uh-huh.
She starts to sit down, and you're still standing.
Uh-huh, before I could even get there.
No, not before. You're still standing.
Yes, I am.
So she sits, and you're standing, and then she just jumps up.
Just like that.
And then you, Rena, look
Yes.
at me. Then you did what?
Then when she did that, because
she did that. She jumped up. Just tell me what you did.
When I jumped up, I lunged back, and she did like this, and then that's when
You what?
I
Get
defended
it out.
myself when she
No,
put her.
you didn't say. I don't want you to tell me defend
Well, okay,
myself.
Anyway,
I want you
when
to tell
she
me.
put her hands in my face, I put my hands in hers.
No, Rena.
I did. I did.
Rena, listen to me. Listen to me, Rena.
I did.
Listen to
I
me,
did.
Rena.
When she
Rena,
put her, okay.
hey, pay attention to me,
Yes.
madam. She jumped up.
Yes.
Because I read your answer.
Yes.
She didn't put her hands on you, but you put your hands on her, and I want you to tell me exactly what you did.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I mean, it really isn't funny for two adult women who have children to indulge themselves in this kind of behavior. So believe me, it's not funny.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Renee Nickerson says she was attacked by Rena Robinson after she tried to talk to her about a screw that came loose from a video game.
I want you to tell me exactly what you did.
That's what I did. When she jumped up.
No, you didn't. You didn't tell me what you did.
When she jumped up, I put my hands in her face to strike her or whatever.
In her face is not telling you, but she didn't get these injuries from putting your hands in her face.
Okay, in her face, on her, or whatever.
No, not whatever. Let's get back. Rena, let's get back to it, Rena.
Get back to it. This is how it went. When she jumped up.
Show me on your mother.
Okay, when she jumped, okay, seriously. When she went to go sit down and she jumped up in my face like this, and I went back, and when she brought her hands to me, I didn't know what she was gonna do, and I pushed them back, and then she launched back, and that's when we had the conflict back and forth.
So you put your hands on her first.
First, because I didn't know what she was gonna bring to me.
I was trying to leave.
Just a second. You put your hands on her first.
Okay, well then I accept that.
Well, that's what happened.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you just put your hands on her, and you were showing me with your mother that you just sort of held both hands.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
This, I don't know, because
we don't know.
the ambulance did not come, did no rescue squad or anything like that. So
Yes, they did. I called the ambulance and I called the police.
Okay.
Now,
how did you get involved in this?
Okay. Renee and I had discussed this Sunday. We talked about the losing of the screw and the Nintendo game. So
You talked about it with the plaintiff.
That's
Renee.
right. Okay. And I told her, I said, well, what do you want Renee to do? Pay for the game or what? She said, no, all I need is a screw. See, can you find a screw? And I said, okay. Hung up the phone, and that was that. We never discussed it anymore. Well, I thought it was settled as she had discussed it with me. So Rena came in that Tuesday, and I was getting ready because I was going in the hospital the next day. And I was laying down in the bed, relaxing. That's when I heard them talking on the phone. Rena said, Mama, she assumed that she was talking to you. All the time she was talking to me. So when I heard she said she was coming over, well, at that time, Rena had walked out of my room and was halfway in the living room, laughing about it. So Renee walked to the door, and she, bam, 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 bam. I jumped up because I didn't know what was going on. So I wanted to know who was knocking on my door and that rapid raid. So by the time I got there, Renee said, why are you knocking on the door like that? She said, I wanted to make sure that you heard me.
Okay.
And Rena let her in. Okay. Then she told her, she said, come on in and sit down. Rena was standing like this, and Renee was getting ready to sit down. She went to sit and jumped up. At that time, I guess she said, well, I don't need to sit down. We just get it over with, the discussion. So Rena said, what is it pertaining to? And it was all but about a screw. So she said that, I guess when Renee jumped up, Renee didn't know what she was going to do. And at that time, as in anger in her, she didn't know whether she had a weapon or what.
Just tell me what happened, madam.
Okay.
Don't tell me what was in somebody's mind. I want to hear what happened.
Okay. And, all right. So this is what happened. They got to fighting.
No, you don't get to fighting. Somebody fights first.
Well, that's what I had said. Okay. Rena put her hands on her first.
How?
Well, like...
When she came
No,
to
no,
me.
no.
not
you
you.
already told me. Now your mother's going to tell me.
She was
No,
having...
listen to me.
I'm just saying.
No, you say nothing.
Don't
Your
you
mother is going to show me.
Okay. She pushed her back.
She pushed her.
Okay.
And then what happened?
Then the other one pushed back too. So then they got together and started tussling. And I tried to tell them to stop. I never touched her. Never did. I touched my own daughter, trying to make her stop because it was unnecessary to fight over a screw. Okay, so then they got to really going at it. So when I did get them apart, Renee went out of the door. She was standing there at the door. Then my Renee hit her again because she wasn't moving out the door fast enough.
Where did she hit her?
Okay, I think she slapped her or hit her up.
Slapped her in the
Yeah,
face.
she slapped her. Yeah, she did. Okay, but when they really got to tussling again, it was outside the door in the complex.
You mean after your daughter hit her in the face?
Yeah, they went on out.
She jumped at me about 3 or 4 times.
Oh, okay. Anyway, they went on out, and they still was tussling.
Aren't you ashamed of yourselves?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
As far as me jumping on her, I'll do better off jumping on Godzilla. Look how big she is.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Renee Nickerson and Rena Robinson are in dispute about a fight that broke out over a broken video game.
Aren't you ashamed of yourselves? You recently came to your mother's house.
Yes.
Your mother has had a relationship with this lady, evidently a pleasant one, for a
Yeah.
long time, right?
I thought
Where
you-
were you that you were away? And
I was in Alabama.
Did you live there?
Yes, I was.
So you just came to visit?
I came back because I was living in California before, and then I moved away because I was working and different things like that.
But your son always lived with your mother.
My son lives with his father.
Lives with his
His
father.
father, he was just visiting. with him.
Visiting, yeah. He was just visiting.
Yeah, he was just visiting.
Okay. Now, I have a couple of questions for you, and then I'm going to get back to how these injuries occurred. Why is it that you didn't tell her right away when you were talking to her on the phone that I'm Rena, I'm not my mother?
She was too loud. She didn't hear me. I tried to tell her that.
She did.
She was very, very loud, and she wouldn't listen.
Why would she be loud talking to your
Because
mother?
because something, I don't know.
Had you ever had any difficulty with Renee before?
Not really. Not really.
Well-
Nothing where is that we couldn't solve.
Well, then that seems kind of strange, doesn't it? I mean, the last conversation, according to you, that you had was it was just about a screw and we'll take care of it.
Right.
So it doesn't sit right with me that she would call and be hostile with you on the phone.
Yes, she was.
Well, you don't know that. Your
No.
daughter told you she
Right.
was.
Okay. No, I don't
No,
know
your
that.
daughter told you she was hostile
Yeah, but
on
I
the
was
phone.
laying right there listening to the whole conversation.
No, you weren't. You only heard your daughter's end of the conversation.
okay.
Right?
He said she was in the room sick.
That's where the phone is in Mother's room.
Well, whatever. She wasn't.
Anyway. Well, we'll take that too. Okay.
All right. Now, I want you to tell me not how this young lady assaulted you, but you say her mother assaulted you as well. The mother says that she was just trying to split you up.
Well, maybe she was, but she had drugged me, or one of them had drugged me on the floor. One of them.
One of them. But you're not sure whom.
I'm not sure who. By the time I got to the door, as far as a weapon go, Your Honor, this is what I had on. a little 90 that she tore up. I didn't come over. I don't even have a weapon. I was standing at the door. Her son was holding me by both of my arms, and I was trying to. I've been trying to go home ever since she first started arguing. So anyway, finally she's finished fighting. I said, "Can I have my shoe?" Val gave...
What was she doing with your shoe?
My shoe came off during the fight. Val gave her my shoe. She took my shoe, threw it at my lip, busted my lip.
Who did?
This Renee.
Well, there's no question she assaulted you.
Okay.
No,
now,
listen to me. I want to explain something to you so that we can shorten this, because I have other work to do today. There's no question that she assaulted you.
But, Your Honor...
I'm asking about her mother.
Her mother?
I'm asking you whether you know if her mother assaulted you or whether she was just trying to break up this fight.
Now, see, that's what I'm not sure if she was trying to help Renee or trying to break it up, because I have too many injuries for just one person.
Can I see your medical bills, please?
Sure. This is from Harvard General, and these are the radiology reports.
When she hit you at the door, listen to me. You're starting to talk. Let me ask my question first. Her mother, who I believe is an honest woman who's testified pretty credibly here today, that her own daughter slugged you in the face as you were trying to leave because you weren't moving fast enough. I don't know why you think this is funny. This really isn't funny.
It's not really.
I mean, it really isn't funny for two adult women who have children who are trying to set examples for their children to indulge themselves in this kind of behavior. So believe me, it's not funny.
It's not really about the
Okay,
funniness.
I would like you to tell me, when she hit you at the door, did she slap you or punch you?
I don't even know. Your Honor, by the time I got my shoe, I'm trying to run out the door. I got outside the door. Next thing I know, Renee runs up behind me, put me in the headlock. I had to bite her so she can turn me loose. Then she threw me down on some bricks. Then she jumped on me again. And it took two men that lived next door, and those two men that lived next door, they had to pull her off of me. And then I got the cast. I had to wear the cast. I'm still supposed to be in the cast. I had to cut all my pants and alter my clothes. I've been miserable. This is misery. And it's all behind. It was uncalled for. It shouldn't have even happened.
You're absolutely right. I still don't see a bill for your medical expenses.
There's no bill. Medi-Cal paid for my expenses.
So you had no out-of-pocket expenses, so you're suing for pain and
suffering.
You're suing for pain and suffering. Okay.
I couldn't use my this hand. I still can't use my leg. And I don't even know when I'll be able to wear a pair of shoes again.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a facilitator.
What does that mean?
I'd hire myself out, housework, cooking, domestic.
And you're living with your mother now?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Well, this ridiculous screw is going to cost you $1,000.
Okay.
And as far as I'm concerned, you still owe her an apology.
I'll apologize.
And I still don't know why you think that there's any amusement about this situation.
My smile is a part of my personality. It has nothing to do with humor.
I'm still being treated.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a beautician.
Have you been able to work?
I got my license.
No, listen to me. Have you been able to work?
No.
How are you supporting yourself?
AFDC and disability.
Okay. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And on the next Judge Judy.
They fell in love when she was just 15 and had a child. Now it's falling apart.
You play with fire, you're going to get burned.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. "17-year-old Vanessa lived with her dad until he found out her new boyfriend had a 6-month-old baby.
It is not in her best interest to see this young man.
And I said, fine, then I'll go.
You are getting yourself into such a barrel of horse manure. You hook your star to a loser, that makes you a loser.
Judy's court. 45-year-old sales executive David Palmer is suing his 17-year-old daughter Vanessa. He says she left home with a car she didn't pay for.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 46 on the calendar in the matter of Palmer versus Palmer. All parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Have a seat, please.
This is a pretty sad situation.
Very sad.
Mr. Palmer, this is your daughter, Vanessa. Vanessa, how old are you?
17.
And you're suing your daughter, Mr. Palmer, because you say that she left your home. And when she left, she took a car that had been purchased. And she owes you money for the car. You either want the car back or you want her to start paying you the money for the car. And she left your home under very unfortunate conditions. So I have a few questions, and then we're going to try to resolve this, okay?
Okay.
All right, Vanessa?
Okay.
Now, when's your birthday?
August 28th.
You say you bought the car, you say for her, but she was supposed to make payments on the car.
Yes.
No, he bought the car for my birthday and because I got a job. And he told me to tell my friends that I had to pay him back so they wouldn't get jealous, but he told me it was for my birthday.
Could you both come up here for a minute? Mr. Palmer, I don't know what could motivate a parent other than anger to bring their 17-year-old to court. I'm sure it's not the money, right? Because her birthday, this car was bought almost a year ago, correct?
Correct.
And for a year, you didn't pay any money, right? You seem to acknowledge that.
Yes.
So why now?
Because over the past year, I had been asking when this was the only obligation that I asked of her throughout the entire period was that I will get a car for you. She wanted a brand new one, but I was not going to co-sign to purchase.
Which I would have been paying for.
To purchase a brand new car. Furthermore, going to school and working part-time, I really feel that it's not in your budget. So what I said I would do is purchase the car for her, pay cash. This eliminates finance charges. Also, you would only have to have the liability insurance, and I feel that it would best fit.
How much did you pay for the car?
It was around $900. Then,
So it wasn't an expensive car, and then it was in an accident, according to your papers. It took some
No,
fixing
it
up.
was stolen.
Or it was stolen and
Right.
it was trashed or something, and you
Yeah.
had to pay some money to fix it.
correct.
Step back, Mr. Palmer. Step back, Vanessa. First of all, Mr. Palmer, we're going to get to the emotional part of this case in a minute. How much is the insurance on the car, Vanessa?
$53 a month.
And you pay that?
Yes, I do.
And Mr. Palmer, how much did you tell your daughter she was supposed to pay you each month towards the purchase price of the car?
We had to establish, first of all, approximately what her income was going to be.
Did you have this discussion with your father?
No. No. He never told me I had to pay him back for the car. Whenever he was upset with me or mad at me, he told me I owe him. But other than that, he never told me.
Honor, that's not true.
What I asked you, Mr. Palmer, was a very simple question. How much did you tell your daughter she had to pay you back each month for the car, like an installment loan? Give me the figure that you say you told her.
I didn't give her a figure. I was somewhere around $100 a month.
That's not a business arrangement, sir. Somewhere around $100 a month. So for a year, she didn't give you anything.
Yes.
That's while she
correct.
was living in your home.
Yes. Of which I had asked her over that year, when are we going to start fulfilling the obligation that we had agreed upon?
That was pretty much when you got angry with her? She says it was when you got angry with her, when
No.
she did something wrong.
No,
You mean-
Your Honor, that was not why I got angry at her.
Why did you go and live with your father in 1991, Vanessa?
because it was a better living situation than with my mother. She was separated from my stepfather, so.
Did your father take good care of you?
Yeah.
Then you got to be 17, and according to these papers, you got a boyfriend.
Right.
And your father didn't approve of either the boyfriend or...
He approved of him until he found out he was my boyfriend, because he's friends with a neighbor of my dad's. And he says, oh, he's such a nice guy, and this and that. And then whenever he found out he was my boyfriend, he didn't approve. Actually, because he has a kid, he didn't approve.
He has a what?
A daughter.
He has a daughter?
Mm-hmm.
How old is his daughter?
6 months.
Vanessa.
Yes, Your Honor.
You don't have to bring coals to Pillion. Did you ever hear that? Vanessa. I was a family court judge for a very long time. Do you know how many times I've seen 16 and 17-year-old girls? Not all of them as pretty as you are. Tell me that they love a guy and he's got 2 or 3 kids floating around, right? Do you know how it sits on your father's shoulders when he sees his beautiful 17-year-old daughter dating a guy who has a 6-month-old baby? How irresponsible that is. How old is your boyfriend?
20.
20. And I assume he's a president of a bank or something. That's how he earns a living?
No, he was working until he broke his ankle.
He was working at what?
In a warehouse.
And now what is he doing?
He broke his ankle, and now he's on disability.
Wonderful. So now we have a 20-year-old on disability with a 6-month-old baby. And you wonder, I mean, I wish, Vanessa, that you could take yourself out of your 17-year-old body and make yourself 40. For a minute. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because he knows, if he's smart, how easy it is to throw away your life when you're 17 and to make a mistake when you're 17 and you can't recoup. The woman or the girl who had your boyfriend's 6-month-old baby is never going to be able to recoup her life. Don't you understand? If he liked him, he liked him. Then he found out he was your boyfriend and he's got a 6-month-old baby. You think that there's something wrong with your father for being angry at that and for saying to you, listen, babe, I'm going to do whatever I can to see to it that you don't ruin your life.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You hook your star to a loser, that makes you a loser.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. David Palmer says his 17-year-old daughter, Vanessa, had no right to take the car when she left home to live with her mother.
Your mother, stand up here. Stand up here. What's your name?
Donna.
What did you tell the daughter about this boyfriend?
She's dating him. She's not marrying him.
I don't care whether she's dating him or marrying him. Didn't you explain to her what the problems are?
When I found out that he had a child, I was a little upset about that. Other than that, I think he's fine.
You think a 20-year-old with a 6-month-old baby
not
who's
my-
on disability is fine for your 17-year-old gorgeous daughter?
I think he, as a person, is fine.
Listen, there are a lot of very nice people. I have daughters. I have 2 of them. If my daughter, who is 17 years old, came home to me and said, I got a boyfriend who's 20 years old, who's on disability, who's got a 6-month-old kid, that he's not supporting because he's on disability.
Excuse me.
He still is supporting his daughter.
What can I do about
You
that?
can try to
I can
discourage her.
alienate
Just a
her.
second, you can try to discourage her.
It was a done deed.
It's a done deed.
That's
right. She's in love with him.
She's in love with him.
I mean, they're not planning to marry, to run off together. They both live at separate residences. They're dating.
You know, maybe if your
She
daughter had a
works, she goes
unified,
to
maybe if
school.
your daughter had a unified front with her parents, and both of her parents saying to her, this is a tremendous mistake, then maybe we wouldn't be in this situation, because I gather from these papers and from what you're saying that the reason your daughter left home was because you said, I don't want him in my house anymore.
She was thrown out.
Just a second.
He threw her out.
What happened, sir?
No, Your Honor, that is not true.
Oh,
that is
God.
not true. That is not true at all. When I stated that it is not in her best interest to see this young man anymore because of what we have been discussing, was when it all broke loose. She said, well, fine, then. And she said this in the presence of my two younger ones, because I walked outside to kind of cool off a little bit. That, fine, then, I will go live with my mother.
No.
That is not what happened.
Well, you weren't there. Just a second. You weren't there. So you tell me your version of what happened.
We were arguing and he was yelling at me. And he yelled at me to help my sister with her homework. So I did. And he was still yelling, and I yelled back, why are you yelling at me when I'm helping you? And he said, don't yell at me, shut up or get out. And I said, fine, then I'll go. And he said, take all your, well, he didn't say stuff, but.
Was it about turning on?
Mr. Palmer.
Tell her that.
That was a heated argument. You understand how that falls on a 17-year-old. You understand how that falls on her, even if, you know, even if said in anger. If it was said in anger. But you were looking for a reason to leave the house.
No, I wasn't. He told me all the time, I can't wait till you're 18. Since you have to stay here, I'm going to make it hell for you.
Oh, please.
I'm going to make you want to leave.
Is that what he said to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why would he say that to you?
Ask him.
Who are you?
My name is Victoria, and he had told her right in front of me, well, maybe I would love her if she lived at a friend's house.
So.
And I thought that was very wrong.
That's sure. It's very wrong. Bottom line is, everything was okay until you got the boyfriend.
Everything wasn't okay, but that just added to it.
I was under the impression that he was all for the boyfriend.
He let him come over to the house. He went with us to my aunt's house on Easter.
That's where I got my input about
Well, then what happened? Then there must have been something that happened. If he was in favor of the boyfriend or was not opposed to the boyfriend, he must have found something out. What did he find out? Find out about the baby?
About the baby. He knew he had the baby.
Right.
No, he knew that. He knew
there
that.
we go.
Hey!
Thank you.
Listen, Vanessa.
Thank you.
You misunderstood what she said.
He knew that my boyfriend had a baby.
He approved
wasn't
of
against
the boyfriend. He approved of him. I'm serious.
He told me that I could still hang around him if he got a court order with child support and did everything through court. He pays child support for his daughter. He does everything right.
Just a second. He can't pay child support. Hold on a second. This is getting more interesting by the moment. Mr. Palmer, just a second. Just a second. What you just said to me is, even after he found out about the baby, he said, you could still hang around with him, but I want him to act responsibly towards the baby. I want him to get an order of support and pay it.
He already does.
No. Is that what your father said to you?
Yes.
Is that what your father said to you?
He said that if he had a court order for child support and a court-ordered visitation, then it would be okay.
That sounds pretty... That sounds pretty reasonable to me, sir. I wouldn't be so reasonable, I tell you that right now.
Well,
the reason he didn't go through court, he pays child support and he has visitation. They have a written agreement between the two of them. The reason he doesn't take her to court is because his family is totally against that. So...
You are getting yourself into such a barrel of horse manure. I can't tell you. And to see a mother stand there in an approving manner about this whole thing is, to me, bizarre. Mr. Palmer, listen to me, sir. All I can suggest to you, sir, is to keep your door open for your daughter.
He changed the locks.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Oh, yeah, you guys are real intelligent, aren't you?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. David Palmer wants his teenage daughter, Vanessa, to meet her responsibilities by paying for the car she took when she moved out of his home.
All I can suggest to you, sir, is to keep your door open for your daughter. She is, at this point in her life, making a tragic mistake. Tragic.
Yes.
I will not be able to get through to her. You have not been able to get through to her.
Nope.
She's got a mother who's got her head someplace in the clouds somewhere.
Very true.
Right?
Correct.
Right?
Very
But
true.
I'm telling you, Vanessa, you find yourself with a 6-month-old baby, madam, your life is over. And you're a very pretty girl, and you sound like an intelligent girl. You sound like you probably do well in school. You have a job in addition to going to school, which suggests to me that you're motivated. You have a certain responsibility because you pay for your own car insurance. And I'm telling you, you hook your star to a loser, that makes you a loser. And any 20-year-old guy who's dumb enough to have a 6-month-old baby is a loser.
He's going to become a fireman. He's not a loser.
Right now, gonna become a fireman isn't making him a fireman now. Right now, he's a 20-year-old on disability with a 6-month-old baby.
He broke his ankle.
Listen to me. Say nothing. Are you the boyfriend?
Yes.
You the boyfriend? I would suggest that you keep your mouth shut.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. David and Vanessa Palmer, a father and daughter, are fighting over the car she took when she moved in with her mother.
Mr. Palmer, I have to dismiss your lawsuit, and I'm going to tell you why, sir. I was really hoping that when I looked at these papers, I could get beyond your lawsuit and see what this was all about and maybe resolve it. I can't. I mean, I can't. She's going to have to come to terms with that herself, but your daughter's 17. She's a minor. And you cannot get a judgment against a minor because right now you are her legal guardian, correct?
True.
So if I were to give you a judgment against your daughter as her legal guardian, you would be responsible for it. Do you understand that?
You're suing yourself.
Be suing yourself.
Do you understand that? She's a minor.
No, I do not.
Listen to me. I don't know.
Legal guardian.
Hey! She does not reach the age of majority in this or any other jurisdiction until she turns the minimal age of 18, which means you cannot get a judgment against her. You can get a judgment, however, if she's committed a tort or something else against her guardian. But you, sir, are her lawful guardian. So if I were to give you a judgment against your daughter, you would have to pay it. That sounds kind of stupid, doesn't it? Since you're paying anyway. Now, you can, sir, wait until your daughter turns 18. And then in equity, if you still want to, you can reinstitute this suit. But right now, you cannot sue your daughter. I don't think it was without some value, Mr. Palmer. I don't think that getting this piece out was without some value. I think that your daughter, Vanessa, will at least think a little bit. Vanessa, I have never, in the thousands of times that I've seen young women like you, in cases like yours, it's not unique. I have never seen one of them where the woman, young woman, doesn't find herself behind the 8 ball. And you may be angry with your dad, but if this is all over the boy, and I gather it is, he's right, you're wrong. You'll figure that out in 5 years' time. Unfortunately, in 5 years' time, it may be too late, which is really what he's saying. And if your mother doesn't see that, she's got clouded vision. This case is dismissed, that's all.
So excuse, you may step out.
And on the next Judge Judy.
As far as the mother having her head in the clouds, yes, she does. Is my daughter making a fatal mistake? Yes, she is.
If it was the agreement,
how do you know?
I believe my daughter.
If it was the agreement, why didn't we sign anything?
Okay, well,
Habitual liar. I believe Vanessa.
Okay, well, how come the judge don't believe you? Huh? Oh, yeah, you guys are
I'm
real
not sure.
intelligent, aren't you?
that?
And
You're
I
so
will
smart.
get you when you're 18.
She's your
and
daughter.
you're next.
She's your daughter.
You're next. And I will get you. And
you need to go to the rehab.
you need to get your head out of the clouds.
Oh, no, that's
like the
original.
judge.
When he went to jail, she got the Jeep, she got the gun, and then she got a new boyfriend.
If you think that I believe that you only let your boyfriend use that car once, I was born in 1965.
He just wants the Jeep and the gun back.
Now, why would you believe him and not me?
Because you told me already 3 lies today, and we've only been together for 15 minutes. Engaged, going together for about 10 years.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And at some point, Mr. Saunders, according to your complaint, you went away for about 2 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a euphemism for jail?
Yes, ma'am.
What were you incarcerated for? Because that becomes important.
Aggravated battery.
On whom? Not on her.
No, ma'am.
Was there a weapon involved?
No, ma'am.
And during the time that you were going to be away, you left the defendant your car,
Yes, ma'am.
a gun,
Yes, ma'am.
and access to your money.
Yes, ma'am.
Where was the money?
Originally, before I left, I resigned from my job. The money was somewhat about $20,000 in a K plan. And
Before the retirement plan?
Yes, ma'am. She had the power of attorney so that she could handle the work, get the money, and handle it.
So then you come out of jail and you sue her. You're not together anymore.
Yes, something like that.
Well, then let me hear the story, sir.
I came out and to retrieve, before getting out, I realized that we were no longer going to be together. I just wanted to come out and receive my property, get rid of the gun, sell it, get my Jeep, get insurance policy that she had of mine, power of attorney back, and go on with my life. Subsequently, I tried to talk with her and get her to give me these things back so that I could go on with my life. She, in turn, gave me problems. They went on for months and months. I couldn't get any of this stuff back.
Do you have your Jeep?
I eventually did get it, yeah. Now, the Jeep I got immediately, but a couple of weeks down the line, I realized that it had some problems in it. A leaning wheel. She had told me before I got out that the windshield was cracked again for the third time, you know, and I was missing a lock, computer lock that goes to a burglar alarm. That's, you know.
All right, let me get to this gun, because I think that's going to be the easiest thing to take care of. What happened to his gun?
I had been carrying the gun in the vehicle.
Why?
At the suggestion of Mr. Saunders, because I did travel every weekend back and forth a considerable distance. There was one occasion where...
Travel where?
To Illinois.
For what?
To visit him.
Okay.
There was an occasion where I had a blowout with the tire. Somebody approached the vehicle while I was waiting for the repair service, and at that time he suggested I should keep the gun in the car for emergency situations like that.
Is that true?
No, that's not true at all. Ma'am, I've been with Kim for 10 years, a decade before I went away. Kim has never touched a gun. She was scared of them. If I had one in the wrong spot in her way, she would come get me to move it. I know that she's as awkward with a gun as she would be with an elephant.
Miss Thompson, what happened to the gun? We're going to start over again.
I was going to go visit Mr. Saunders for a family event. I knew that the vehicle would be searched, so I'd taken the gun out of the car and left it in the home of my third party.
What third party?
My witness, Mr. Hogue.
This is your new boyfriend?
Yes.
So you took the gun out of the car and gave it to him?
I did not give it to him. I put it away, and I informed him that I was going to leave the gun in a certain drawer in the house.
Why didn't you leave the gun in your house?
Because when I was on my way to visit him, I was at Mr. Hogue's house at the time, and I remembered, that gun is out there, I need to get it out. So I just came from the Jeep, put it in the house, and I informed him that I'm going to leave this here while I go visit.
So on your way to visit him, you stopped at his house?
Right.
Had you told him you had a new relationship?
Yes.
Is that right?
Somewhat. I found out on getting out of jail, I found out when I got into my Jeep and opened up the glove compartment and hotel receipts fell out. That's how I found out.
Step up here, sir. Because I want to deal with the gun first. What happened? Your name?
My name's Gerald Hogue.
Mr. Hogue, what happened to his gun?
There was a disturbance at my house.
What kind of disturbance?
There was a fight between some friends. The police came. They asked were any weapons in the home. I told them yes. They seized the weapons. When I talked to Mr. Sanders about his gun, I told him where his gun was. I told him what he needed to do to get it back.
So the gun was really seized because of a problem that existed in your house with the police?
Yes.
And your gun is, you have the license and registration for your gun?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You know that you can go to the police station and get your gun back if you can prove it's yours.
But I was told so many so many lies. Originally, she told me that she had the gun.
Well, she already told me one lie, but now we got to the root of it.
Yes, ma'am. But recently, I just found out that, and this is at his word, that the police and I think Jennings have the gun. I have been told so many lies that at a certain point, I stopped dealing with them. I figured I would take it to the court and let the court sort it out.
Mr. Saunders, really all you have to do is go to the police station when the police have confiscated property, and you can identify that property and satisfy them that the property is yours. And I assume your registration for that gun says what kind of a gun it is. What kind of gun is it?
It's a Taurus 9mm.
You don't need that gun for any particular reason, sir.
No, ma'am. I don't need the gun, and as a convicted felon, I'm not allowed to have a gun. So therefore, they will not give it back to me.
Ah.
Okay.
Your Honor?
Yes.
May I say something, please?
Yes.
I did call the police to try to get the gun back. I informed them that I had power of attorney for that the gun was not Mr. Hoag's, and that I did have power of attorney plus the receipts for the gun. They told me that since I was not the registered owner, that I could not get the gun. I would have to go to court in order to do so. I had contacted a lawyer. They told me it would be $258 to get the gun. I did not feel that I should put out additional monies when Mr. Saunders still owes me money.
The reason his gun is at the police station, his property, whether it be a gun, whether it be a hat, whether it be a collection of baseball cards, is because of you.
Right.
So he has to be compensated for that. That's his property. He can't get it out because there's an impediment to it. But the reason that the gun is there is because of you. So you can become the registered owner of the gun for the limited purposes of selling it. And then he gets the money.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She told me already 3 lies today, and we've only been together for 15 minutes. That's why.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lawrence Saunders wants compensation from his ex-girlfriend, Kim Thompson, because her new boyfriend smashed his Jeep and lost his handgun.
What other monies do you say she owes you?
$2,600 for a wheel on my Jeep. $900.
Just a minute, $2,600 for the wheel. Why?
Well, when the car was returned to me, the wheel was leaning.
Yeah.
And it was in her possession, and I figured she owes me for it because who knows who she let drive it.
Well, Mr. Saunders.
Yes, ma'am.
When you lend somebody a car or turn a car over to them for an extended period of time, you assume that that car may be used, driven by her, driven by someone else, and you take certain risks. You're not going to get the car back in exactly the same situation as when you went in 2 years ago. You're a different person, I assume, than you were 2 years ago when you went to jail, right?
Very much so.
Very much so.
Yes, ma'am.
So's your car.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But also, that wheel was leaning so bad that it's unsafe. I do not assume to get my property back in an unsafe condition. Also, ma'am, I'm not upset with anything that happens to my stuff in her possession. But when she lends it out to third parties, that's what I have a problem with. And third parties also who aren't honest.
Well, your arrangement with her was that she paid for the car, make the car payments while you were away, and she would have access to the car.
She agreed to pay for the payments. I also, with the monies that I had that she was in possession of, said to her, if you have any problems paying for it, pay for it out of my money.
Did you use his money to pay for the car?
No, ma'am.
That's untrue, ma'am. I have paper right here stating that she did.
I may have made 3 car payments with his money.
Well, why don't you... I just asked you a question. You said no.
I'm talking about over the 2-year period. I used my money to pay for that vehicle.
Well, you were driving the vehicle. And he was driving the vehicle, right?
No, ma'am. He used the vehicle 1 time.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you that he used it 1 time, and the 1 time he used it, he was in an accident. Is that what you're going to tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
Baloney. Miss Thompson.
It was an ice storm.
Miss Thompson, I don't care if it was an ice storm, a tornado, or a typhoon. If you think that I believe that you only let your boyfriend use that car once, I was born in 1965.
Excuse me. I also have a copy of the report here also of the accident. It says nothing about an ice storm.
Whether it says anything about an ice storm, listen to me. She used the car, and it was your agreement that she would pay for the car
Yes, ma'am.
once she was using it.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you didn't have a car at the time that
Yes,
was
I did
usable.
have a car.
Then why would you use his car?
Your Honor, in the very beginning, I only drove I did not drive his car. He asked me to drive it because the alarm vehicle was on there. He was afraid it was going to drain the battery if it just sat there.
All you have to do is put the car up on blocks and take out the battery. Isn't that right? If you're not going to use it for a long time?
I don't know anything about that.
Well, you
So
should.
initially, I started driving it just on the weekends. After my car went down in '96, then I started driving his car on a daily basis.
So you used it all the time?
Full time in '96.
So
But
used
that
it.
was a full year after I had been given possession of the vehicle.
Ma'am, I gave her the car with 37,000 miles on it. I got it back with somewhat of 70,000 miles on it.
Right.
She
Because
Just
I
can somebody
basically
tell me
drive
something?
150 miles
I'm just
a day.
interested. I'm interested in. These are the expenses from your 401k. Is that right?
That's what itemized description of what she
Who uses
gave me.
all these Bibles?
I was giving them out.
You were giving them out from jail in jail?
Yes, ma'am.
He spent hundreds of dollars on Bibles to give to other inmates.
I could think of worse things. You were driving this car when it was in a bad accident, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Did the insurance cover the cost of that?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the cost of repairs for the car?
A little over $5,000.
And how much did the insurance pay?
Everything except for $300, my deductible.
I don't see where she owes you a whole bunch of money, sir. I think she owes you for the gun.
Yeah, well,
I don't think she owes you for the car, and I'm going to get to her countersuit in a minute. Car's a problem. You let somebody have a car, and that's what happens. I think that the 3 car payments that you took out of your 401k, if she was using the car, she has to pay you back for. If she's treating this car as her own, she's driving it, she's letting her boyfriend drive it, it doesn't seem to me that you got to pay for it. That just sounds fair.
Your Honor?
Okay, yes.
The payments that I made with his money was during the time that I was not driving the vehicle on a daily basis, only on the weekends to go visit him. So I don't see where I should be responsible for that full payment.
Why don't you drive your own car to go visit him?
Because his car was newer, he wanted me to drive his car.
That's untrue. Her car
I
was,
don't believe, Miss Thompson, that he ever said that to you.
her car was
Your
down.
problem is when you tell a lie once to a court, the court tends to look at everything else that you say with a certain amount of suspicion.
Amen.
I don't believe that he ever said to you, please drive my car instead of yours, and I also don't believe that you only drove his
Well, I'm
car on the
telling you.
weekends if you're telling me that his car was newer than yours.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Lovers that have been together for a while can feel when the other person is drifting off.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. While Lawrence Saunders was in jail, he claims his girlfriend found a new man who damaged his Jeep and lost his gun.
I see 2 car payments that you made, $854 out of his account.
Because it was behind.
Well, he was in jail.
Your Honor, Mr. Saunders had a habit of never paying his bills or not paying them on time.
Yeah, I have no problem with what she's showing with the money, even using my money to pay for my Jeep, okay? I didn't have a problem with that. I asked her, if it would have been up to me, I would have let the vehicle go back and controlled my money until I got back. She said, no, I'll help you, I'll do it for you, you're gonna need a vehicle when you get out, no problem. And I think she did pretty much a good job with the money.
Oh, so what are you here for? Are you just mad at her?
No, I'm not mad at her.
So
Again, my car was not, she promised me, I asked her to promise me that she wouldn't give my stuff away to a third party. Some guy, I figured that, I'm going for a while, I'm not a fool. She might be dating, she wants to date. I mean, she's a young girl. She shouldn't be strapped down with some guy that's away, okay? Go ahead, do your thing. But if you're going to take care, you gave me your word that you would take care of my stuff. If you're going to take care of my stuff, take care of my stuff. If something happens to it, that's an act of God. But if you're irresponsible and you're handing it out to people, you're handing it out to people that I don't know, you're handing it out to people who aren't above board, it's not honest. That's my opinion, but I can express it.
But you gave her permission to do that.
I gave
You expected that she might let somebody else drive the car as long as she was responsible.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I asked her, and she promised me that she would not.
Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And you did. You lent it to somebody else.
I lent it to my family members to move some furniture, and I did loan it to Mr. Hogue.
And you had promised him that you wouldn't?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, how much did it cost you to fix up the car?
I had a figure of actually around 3,700 that I lost in trading the car in.
So if he says that he lost money because the car was not driven appropriately by you, Mr. Hogue, some members of your family, and was in an accident, don't you think he should be compensated?
No.
Well, but you think that you have a counterclaim against him for what? You're countersuing him for $5,000. I'd like to hear for what?
For the monies that I paid on the Jeep, Mr. Saunders said that I could have used his money, but he didn't have enough money to cover the cost of the vehicle.
So you want him to pay you for his car that you were using while he was away?
I'm suing him for the fact that he has been, in my opinion, very dishonest about the whole transaction with the vehicle.
Why?
Because, Your Honor, he had initially told me that he was going to pay me back for keeping his vehicle.
Did you ever tell her that?
No.
I believe that you never told her.
Now, why would you believe him and not me?
Because you told me already 3 lies today, and we've only been together for 15 minutes.
And he
That's
has
why.
not told you a lie?
That's why. And because it doesn't have the ring of truth. What you're saying doesn't have the ring of truth to it. It
Your
just
Honor.
doesn't. And let me tell you why. Because there were times when he had plenty of money in the bank, and you didn't take the money out of his account to pay for the Jeep. And because according to his statement, which I believe, without his prior authorization, you went and refinanced this car because the payments were too high so that you could make the payments. Is that true?
No, ma'am.
You mean this car was never refinanced?
Yes, it was. I refinanced the vehicle with his credit union because it was a cheaper monthly payment and less of an interest rate.
For you to pay. And then you made the payments.
And eventually, he would have had to have paid with no job. How was he going to make a $427 payment each month with no job?
Ms. Thompson, so what you're telling me is while you had a new boyfriend, you were concerned about what would happen to Mr. Saunders when he got out of jail.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Ms. Thompson, so what you're telling me is while you had a new boyfriend, you were concerned about what would happen to Mr. Saunders when he got out of jail.
Yes, I was.
The countersuit is dismissed. On your lawsuit, sir, this was a very good lesson for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? I wouldn't give my closest relative power of attorney over my money without my having the ability to co-sign for it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Very bad idea. I am only dealing now with this gun because as far as I'm concerned with regard to the Jeep, which is now sold, she used it, she paid for it for a substantial period of time. You sold it, whatever monies that you got, you lost money, but some of the monies that you got for it were monies that she paid. It was almost like renting a car from a rental company. She had the ability to use that car for almost 2 years, so she used it. It's a wash. You own for the gun. The gun should not have been in his house. The gun should have been where he left it, in a vault, someplace safe. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $200. Thank you, that's all.
You may step out. Back goes to your right, please.
On the next Judge Judy.
Lovers that have been together for a while can feel when the other person is drifting off. Letters that was all business, no, I love you, no, I miss you. So I knew there was something else going on. She didn't have the decency and respect for what we had to hide that from me and bring it to me, communicate it to me on a different level.
When he went to jail, she got the Jeep, she got the gun, and then she got a new boyfriend.
If you think that I believe that you only let your boyfriend use that car once, I was born in 1965.
He just wants the Jeep and the gun back.
Now, why would you believe him and not me?
Because you told me already 3 lies today, and we've only been together for 15 minutes. What were you incarcerated for? Because that becomes important.
Aggravated battery.
On whom? Not on her.
No, ma'am.
Was there a weapon involved?
No, ma'am.
And during the time that you were going to be away, you left the defendant your car,
Yes, ma'am.
a gun,
Yes, ma'am.
and access to your money.
Yes, ma'am.
Where was the money?
Originally, before I left, I resigned from my job. The money was somewhat about $20,000 in a K plan. And
A retirement plan?
Yes, ma'am. She had the power of attorney so that she could handle the work, get the money, and handle it.
Okay. So then you come out of jail and you sue her. Not together anymore.
Yes, something like that.
Well, then let me hear the story, sir.
I came out and to retrieve, before getting out, I realized that we were no longer going to be together. I just wanted to come out and receive my property, get rid of the gun, sell it, get my Jeep, get insurance policy that she had of mine, power of attorney back, and go on with my life. Subsequently, I tried to talk with her and get her to give me these things back so that I could go on with my life. She, in turn, gave me problems. They went on for months and months. I couldn't get any of this stuff back.
Do you have your Jeep?
I eventually did get it, yeah. Now, the Jeep I got immediately, but a couple of weeks down the line, I realized that it had some problems in it. A leaning wheel. She had told me before I got out that the windshield was cracked again for the third time, you know, and I was missing a lock, computer lock that goes to a burglar alarm. That's, you know.
All right, let me get to this gun, because I think that's going to be the easiest thing to take care of. What happened to his gun?
I had been carrying the gun in the vehicle.
Why?
At the suggestion of Mr. Saunders, because I did travel every weekend back and forth a considerable distance. There was one occasion where...
Travel where?
To Illinois.
For what?
To visit him.
Okay.
There was an occasion where I had a blowout with the tire. Somebody approached the vehicle while I was waiting for the repair service, and at that time he suggested I should keep the gun in the car for emergency situations like that.
Is that true?
No, that's not true at all. Ma'am, I've been with Kim for 10 years, a decade before I went away. Kim has never touched a gun. She was scared of them. If I had one in the wrong spot in her way, she would come get me to move it. I know that she's as awkward with a gun as she would be with an elephant.
Miss Thompson, what happened to the gun? We're going to start over again.
I was going to go visit Mr. Saunders for a family event. I knew that the vehicle would be searched, so I'd taken the gun out of the car and left it in the home of my third party.
What third party?
My witness, Mr. Hogue.
This is your new boyfriend?
Yes.
So you took the gun out of the car and gave it to him?
I did not give it to him. I put it away, and I informed him that I was going to leave the gun in a certain drawer in the house.
Why didn't you leave the gun in your house?
Because when I was on my way to visit him, I was at Mr. Hogue's house at the time, and I remembered, that gun is out there, I need to get it out. So I just came from the Jeep, put it in the house, and I informed him I'm going to leave this here while I go visit.
So on your way to visit him, you stopped at his house?
Right.
Had you told him you had a new relationship?
Yes.
Is that right?
Somewhat. I found out on getting out of jail, I found out when I got into my Jeep and opened up the glove compartment and hotel receipts fell out. That's how I found out.
Step up here, sir, because I want to deal with the gun first. What happened? Your name?
My name's Gerald Hogue.
Mr. Hogue, what happened to his gun?
There was a disturbance at my house.
What kind of disturbance?
There was a fight between some friends. The police came. They asked were any weapons in the home. I told them yes. They seized the weapons. When I talked to Mr. Sanders about his gun, I told him where his gun was. I told him what he needed to do to get it back.
So the gun was really seized because of a problem that existed in your house with the police?
Yes.
And your gun is, you have the license and registration for your gun?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You know that you can go to the police station and get your gun back if you can prove it's yours.
But I was told so many lies. Originally, she told me that she had the gun.
Well, she already told me one lie, but now we got to the root of it.
Yes, ma'am. But recently, I just found out that, and this is at his word, that the police and I think Jennings have the gun. I have been told so many lies that at a certain point, I stopped dealing with them. I figured I would take it to the court and let the court sort it out.
Mr. Saunders, really all you have to do is go to the police station. When the police have confiscated property, and you can identify that property and satisfy them that the property is yours, and I assume your registration for that gun says what kind of a gun it is. What kind of gun is it?
It's a Taurus 9mm.
You don't need that gun for any particular reason, sir.
No, ma'am. I don't need the gun, and as a convicted felon, I'm not allowed to have a gun. So therefore, they will not give it back to me.
Ah.
Okay.
Your Honor?
Yes.
May I say something, please?
Yes.
I did call the police to try to get the gun back. I informed them that I had power of attorney for that the gun was not Mr. Hoag's, and that I did have power of attorney plus the receipts for the gun. They told me that since I was not the registered owner, that I could not get the gun. I would have to go to court in order to do so. I had contacted a lawyer. They told me it would be $258 to get the gun. I did not feel that I should put out additional monies when Mr. Saunders still owes me money.
The reason his gun is at the police station, his property, whether it be a gun, whether it be a hat, whether it be a collection of baseball cards, is because of you.
Right.
So he has to be compensated for that. That's his property. He can't get it out because there's an impediment to it. But the reason that the gun is there is because of you. So you can become the registered owner of the gun for the limited purposes of selling it. And then he gets the money.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She told me already 3 lies today, and we've only been together for 15 minutes. That's why.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lawrence Saunders wants compensation from his ex-girlfriend, Kim Thompson, because her new boyfriend smashed his Jeep and lost his handgun.
What other monies do you say she owes you?
$2,600 for a wheel on my Jeep. $900.
Just a minute, $2,600 for the wheel. Why?
Well, when the car was returned to me, the wheel was leaning.
Yeah.
And it was in her possession, and I figured she owes me for it because who knows who she let drive it.
Well, Mr. Saunders.
Yes, ma'am.
When you lend somebody a car or turn a car over to them for an extended period of time, you assume that that car may be used, driven by her, driven by someone else, and you take certain risks. You're not going to get the car back in exactly the same situation as when you went in 2 years ago. You're a different person, I assume, than you were 2 years ago when you went to jail, right?
Very much so.
Very much so.
Yes, ma'am.
So's your car.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But also, that wheel was leaning so bad that it's unsafe. I do not assume to get my property back in an unsafe condition. Also, ma'am, I'm not upset with anything that happens to my stuff in her possession. But when she lends it out to third parties, that's what I have a problem with. And third parties also who aren't honest.
Well, your arrangement with her was that she paid for the car, make the car payments while you were away, and she would have access to the car.
She agreed to pay for the payments. I also, with the money that I had that she was in possession of, said to her, if you have any problems paying for it, pay for it out of my money.
Did you use his money to pay for the car?
No, ma'am.
That's untrue, ma'am. I have paper right here stating that she did.
I may have made 3 car payments with his money.
Well, why don't you... I just asked you a question. You said no.
I'm talking about over the 2-year period. I used my money to pay for that vehicle.
Well, you were driving the vehicle. And he was driving the vehicle, right?
No, ma'am. He used the vehicle 1 time.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you that he used it 1 time, and the 1 time he used it, he was in an accident. Is that what you're going to tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
Baloney. Miss Thompson.
It was an ice storm.
Miss Thompson, I don't care if it was an ice storm, a tornado, or a typhoon. If you think that I believe that you only let your boyfriend use that car once, I was born in 1965.
Excuse me. I also have a copy of the report here also of the accident. It says nothing about an ice storm.
Whether it says anything about an ice storm, listen to me. She used the car, and it was your agreement that she would pay for the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Once she was using it.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you didn't have a car at the time that was usable.
Yes, I did have a car.
Then why would you use his car?
Your Honor, in the very beginning, I only drove I did not drive his car. He asked me to drive it because the alarm vehicle was on there. He was afraid it was going to drain the battery if it just sat there.
All you have to do is put the car up on blocks and take out the battery. Isn't that right? If you're not going to use it for a long time?
I don't know anything about that.
Well, you
So
should.
initially, I started driving it just on the weekends. After my car went down in '96, then I started driving his car on a daily basis.
So you used it all the
ma'am.
time?
Full time in '96.
So?
But
used
that
it.
was a full year after I had been given possession of the vehicle.
Ma'am, I gave her the car with 37,000 miles on it. I got it back with somewhat of 70,000 miles on it.
Right. Because I basically drive 150 miles
I'm just
a day.
interested. I'm interested in. These are the expenses from your 401k. Is that right?
That's what itemized description of what she gave me.
Who uses all these Bibles?
I was giving them out.
You were giving them out from jail in jail?
Yes, ma'am.
He spent hundreds of dollars on Bibles to give to other inmates.
I could think of worse things. You were driving this car when it was in a bad accident, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Did the insurance cover the cost of that?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the cost of repairs for the car?
A little over $5,000.
And how much did the insurance pay?
Everything except for $300, my deductible.
I don't see where she owes you a whole bunch of money, sir. I think she owes you for the gun.
Yeah, well,
I don't think she owes you for the car, and I'm going to get to her countersuit in a minute. Car's a problem. You let somebody have a car, and that's what happens. I think that the 3 car payments that you took out of your 401k, if she was using the car, she has to pay you back for. If she's treating this car as her own, she's driving it, she's letting her boyfriend drive it, it doesn't seem to me that you got to pay for it. That just sounds fair.
Your Honor?
Okay, yes.
The payments that I made with his money was during the time that I was not driving the vehicle on a daily basis, only on the weekends to go visit him. So I don't see where I should be responsible for that full payment.
Why don't you drive your own car to go visit him?
Because his car was newer, he wanted me to drive his car.
That's untrue. Her car
I don't believe, Miss Thompson, that he ever said that to you.
Her car was down.
The problem is when you tell a lie once to a court, the court tends to look at everything else that you say with a certain amount of suspicion.
Amen.
I don't believe that he ever said to you, please drive my car instead of yours, and I also don't believe that you only drove his
Well, I'm
car on the
telling you.
weekends if you're telling me that his car was newer than yours.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Lovers that have been together for a while can feel when the other person is drifting off.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. While Lawrence Saunders was in jail, he claims his girlfriend found a new man who damaged his Jeep and lost his gun.
I see 2 car payments that you made, $854 out of his account.
Because it was behind.
Well, he was in jail.
Your Honor, Mr. Saunders had a habit of never paying his bills or not paying them on time.
Yeah, I have no problem with what she's showing with the money, even using my money to pay for my Jeep, okay? I didn't have a problem with that. I asked her, if it would have been up to me, I would have let the vehicle go back and controlled my money until I got back. She said, no, I'll help you, I'll do it for you, you're gonna need a vehicle when you get out, no problem. And I think she did pretty much a good job with the money.
Oh, so what are you here for? Are you just mad at her?
No, I'm not mad at her.
So
Again, my car was not, she promised me, I asked her to promise me that she wouldn't give my stuff away to a third party. Some guy, I figured that, I'm going for a while, I'm not a fool. She might be dating, she wants to date. I mean, she's a young girl. She shouldn't be strapped down with some guy that's away, okay? Go ahead, do your thing. But if you're going to take care, you gave me your word that you would take care of my stuff. If you're going to take care of my stuff, take care of my stuff. If something happens to it, that's an act of God. But if you're irresponsible and you're handing it out to people, you're handing it out to people that I don't know, you're handing it out to people who aren't above board. It's not honest. That's my opinion, but I can express it.
But you gave her permission to do that.
I gave
You expected that she might let somebody else drive the car as long as she was responsible.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I asked her, and she promised me that she would not.
Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And you did. You lent it to somebody else.
I lent it to my family members to move some furniture, and I did loan it to Mr. Hogue. And
you had promised him that you wouldn't?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, how much did it cost you to fix up the car?
I had a figure of actually around 3,700 that I lost in trading the car in.
So if he says that he lost money because the car was not driven appropriately by you, Mr. Hogue, some members of your family, and was in an accident, don't you think he should be compensated?
No.
Well, but you think that you have a counterclaim against him for what? You're countersuing him for $5,000. I'd like to hear for what?
For the monies that I paid on the Jeep, Mr. Saunders said that I could have used his money, but he didn't have enough money to cover the cost of the vehicle.
So you want him to pay you for his car that you were using while he was away?
I'm suing him for the fact that he has been, in my opinion, very dishonest about the whole transaction with the vehicle.
Why?
Because, Your Honor, he had initially told me that he was going to pay me back for keeping his vehicle.
Did you ever tell her that?
No.
I believe that you never told her. Ms.
Now,
Thompson,
why would you believe him and not me?
Because you told me already 3 lies today, and we've only been together for 15 minutes.
And he
That's
has
why.
not told you a lie?
That's why. And because it doesn't have the ring of truth. What you're saying doesn't have the ring of truth to it. It
Your
just
Honor.
doesn't. And let me tell you why. Because there were times when he had plenty of money in the bank, and you didn't take the money out of his account to pay for the Jeep. And because according to his statement, which I believe, without his prior authorization, you went and refinanced this car because the payments were too high so that you could make the payments. Is that true?
No, ma'am.
You mean this car was never refinanced?
Yes, it was. I refinanced the vehicle with his credit union because it was a cheaper monthly payment and less of an interest rate.
For you to pay. And then you made the payments.
And eventually, he would have had to have paid with no job. How was he going to make a $427 payment each month with no job?
Ms. Thompson, so what you're telling me is while you had a new boyfriend, you were concerned about what would happen to Mr. Saunders when he got out of jail.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Ms. Thompson, so what you're telling me is while you had a new boyfriend, you were concerned about what would happen to Mr. Saunders when he got out of jail.
Yes, I was.
The countersuit is dismissed. On your lawsuit, sir, this was a very good lesson for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? I wouldn't give my closest relative power of attorney over my money without my having the ability to co-sign for it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Very bad idea. I am only dealing now with this gun because as far as I'm concerned with regard to the Jeep, which is now sold, she used it, she paid for it for a substantial period of time. You sold it, whatever monies that you got, you lost money, but some of the monies that you got for it were monies that she paid. It was almost like renting a car from a rental company. She had the ability to use that car for almost 2 years, so she used it. It's a wash. You owe for the gun. The gun should not have been in his house. The gun should have been where he left it, in a vault someplace safe. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $200. Thank you, that's all.
Parties are excused, you may step out. Back goes to your right, please.
On the next Judge Judy.
Lovers that have been together for a while can feel when the other person is drifting off. Letters that were all business, no, I love you, no, I miss you. So I knew there was something else going on. She didn't have the decency and respect for what we had to hide that from me and bring it to, communicate it to me on a different level.
I have proof that he joined the psychic hotline.
They were live-in lovers until they got hung up over a phone bill.
You really need to go over this. You need to look at this. And you really need to look at this.
You gotta get ready for this.
He asked God to destroy me, to not talk on the phone to and get rid of my girlfriends and destroy me.
Ms. McBride, everybody paid all the bills. Is
Yes,
that right?
That's right.
But prior to your separation, which was not a happy one, according to what I've read, she says you ran up a phone bill of about $640.
That's not true.
Well, tell me about it.
Your Honor, I have the phone bills right here. What I do, Your Honor, is every month I am on a fixed income. So every month...
What kind of fixed income?
I am on disability. I am on SSI. Okay, so every month what I do is I call the phone company and I asked one of the reps what is the amount of my phone bill before I even get it, so I'll know how much I'm going to pay out for my phone bill. So on April 17th, I got up and I called the phone company. Bernard was still in the bed, he was asleep. and I asked her the amount of my phone bill, and she told me it was $624.13.
For 1 month?
For 1 month.
Yes.
And so I was speechless. I was speechless, and I automatically just started sweating because I had never had a phone bill that big in my life, you know, and so I couldn't speak to her. I kind of just.
So what happened?
So what happened was I said, well, what made the bill $624? And you know, what made the bill this high? You know, I was actually yelling at her, you know, and so she said, well, she said you have quite a bit of long-distance phone calls on your bill to Virginia. Most of them are to Virginia, and you have a lot of toll calls.
So she sent you a bill. You ultimately got a bill.
Yes, I did get the bill.
Would you get the bill? Sure. Thank you. So what happened? You got this bill. He's sleeping.
He's sleeping.
You woke him up, I assume.
Yeah. Yes, I did. No,
I'm curious, how did you wake him up?
Actually, I didn't wake him up. I got off the phone with the rep, and I sat there because I didn't want to go in a rage and yell at him, like, you know, and start this big thing.
That's a good idea.
Okay, so he was coming out the bedroom when I was going to approach him, and it was in the hallway. And so I said, Bernard, I said, why did you run my phone bill up to $624?
Did you say it in that tone?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And so he said, baby, I didn't know I did that. And so I said, well, you did.
What was the phone bill usually on a monthly basis?
Usually on a monthly basis, my phone bill runs me maybe $40, $50 at the most.
Okay. Your financial arrangement with Mr. Golden was that he paid the rent on the apartment?
He paid the rent and the utilities.
Well, the phone is a utility.
Well, the phone was not a utility. No, it was not. Because that was my phone in my name.
So he paid the gas and electric and the rent. And what about the food? Who paid the food?
I bought the food.
Sometimes she did. Not all the time. She never bought food. She always claimed with accusations with different bills.
All right, I'm just trying to get some sense of the financial arrangement.
No, excuse me, Your Honor. You know I bought food. Don't you sit up here and lie and tell me I did not buy food.
No,
I bought food every month.
Madam,
Not all
look at me.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
yell at him. He said that you bought some food and he bought some food.
Oh.
That's what he said.
Okay.
But he paid the rent. How much was the rent?
The rent was $650. I mean $550, I'm sorry.
Okay, plus the utilities.
Plus utility, lights and gas.
Okay, and your arrangement was whatever the overage was on this phone bill, you were
Yes.
supposed to pay for it.
Right.
Correct?
Correct.
All right. She says that you joined the psychic hotline.
No, that's not true.
Did you do that?
No.
Yes, he did. Yes,
No.
he did, Your Honor.
Order.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. I have proof that he joined the psychic hotline.
Let me see it.
No, I did not.
Did you call the psychic hotline?
No, I did not. I
Yes,
don't know
he did.
anything
You
about
never
it.
did?
Never did.
Matter of fact,
But she has a
that's-
block on her phone for 900 numbers. She has a block on her
Yes,
telephone.
now- yes.
For all the calls that you can't
All right.
call long distance.
Did you
at
ever see this phone bill, Mr. Golden?
all. No, no,
Well,
Your
we're
Honor.
going to show it to you. I was curious, Ms. McBriar, about something else that I read in your complaint. Because you said during that morning when you confronted him, look at me, madam.
Yes.
During that morning, you said because you feared what he might do, you called the police on him.
Well, I called the police on him because, see, Bernard has threatened to kill me. He has threatened to kill me. He has done a lot of things. He has a domestic violence record already. And he does not like police. He told me if I ever called the police on him again that he would kill me.
Had he done anything to you before you called the police that day?
That day he hadn't done anything to me, no.
But you were afraid once you confronted him with the
Yes,
phone bill, he
I
was
was
going
afraid for my life.
Could I finish?
Yes,
we can't talk over each other.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but
Okay.
I'm upset. I'm very upset.
All right. He said, so you called the police came, you left?
I wasn't home when the police came. I wasn't at there at all.
Had you known that she called the police?
I didn't know who she was calling on. I know she was, she just said, I'm pressing charges, as far as I know, when I was leaving the house.
What were you pressing charges for?
No, excuse me, Your Honor. You know what? He's lying, okay? He's lying.
About what?
Okay, when I called the police, they asked me, like they always do when I call the police, they asked me what was he wearing. When I was describing to them what he was wearing, he took off on his bike out the side gate. Okay. So I wouldn't describe what he was wearing.
That's not true. I was leaving anyway to make a phone call because I didn't want to use her telephone because she was already furious of me about the bill.
You didn't want to use my telephone. You always use my telephone. That's why it's $747
you
at this
very
time.
selfish with your phone.
But yes, I'm selfish with my phone because.
Ma'am.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He asked God to destroy me, to not talk on the phone.
Miss McBride, everybody's got a wish list. That's his wish list.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tamara McBride wants her ex-boyfriend to pay the $600 phone bill she says he left behind when they split.
Miss McBride,
Yes.
let me tell you what I don't understand here, okay?
Yes.
At the start of this case, you told me that each month you called the phone company because you're on this fixed disability income.
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
What's the nature of your disability?
Panic attacks.
And how long have you been on
Since
disability?
1989.
You told me that you called the phone company each month so that you could set aside an amount of money
Yes,
for
Your
the
Honor.
phone bill. Now, these phone bills that you've presented me with, so I assumed when you called, this $624 was for 1 month. But that's not true according to these phone bills. You're showing me bills for December, January, February, March, all totaling.
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. I'm not showing
Well,
you.
then-
No, I'm not.
Just a second. Then I have the bills for March,
You have the
which you're talking about, and the bill for March, the total bill, trying to figure it out.
I have the March bill right here. The
Oh,
March
you didn't
10th.
hand it to me. You didn't hand me the front page of the March bill. Let me see the front page of the March bill, please.
That was never paid. Also, this
Just
was.
shh. Listen to me. I want you to look at these bills, madam. You're telling me that all the phone calls he made that are in question now are the bills for that 1 month, March and April, because you told me that you called each month before that to get your bill.
Yes, I do, Your
Well,
Honor.
then take these back. Take a look at those. Those say December and January. Am I
Okay.
correct? Am I correct?
No, they say April 10th.
No, keep
April
reading.
10th.
Read the phones. Read the dates on the phone calls.
Okay, yes, the dates on the phone call. Those were the dates that the phone calls were made.
December, correct?
Yes.
January. Keep going. Keep looking.
I see December, January. Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay, so I assume you paid those.
No, I did not pay these.
Well, so I'm not following you. If you didn't pay those and you got those bills in December, January, February, and you didn't pay those bills, then you knew that there was an outstanding balance because your March bill is only $120.97.
Right.
It's $120.97.
Yes. That's money that I had to take and pay for Bernard because, see, when I would ask Bernard to pay the phone bill, he would tell me that he couldn't give me the money at the time because he had to pay the rent. But I would try to explain to him that I have to pay the phone bill because my phone would be disconnected.
Let me tell you what I don't understand. Those bills that I returned to you had a lot of long-distance calls, December, January, a whole bunch of long-distance calls that you have marked off as Bernard's calls.
Exactly.
You, of necessity, had to get those bills in either the end of December or the beginning of January, the beginning of February. What did you do with those bills that you got?
What did you mean what I did with that?
Did Bernard pay them or did you pay them?
I paid them.
He had all those long-distance calls on December and January. Didn't you discuss that with him?
Yes, I did.
Did he pay them?
No, he did not.
Had she discussed them with you?
No, well, the early ones in the past she had, and I gave her $100 before the month before I vacated the apartment. I gave her approximately $100 on the phone bill, contribute towards it, to make for all my calls, local or long distance. And that's when when she told me about the new bill, was the bill had not came yet after I done gave her $100 for the first bill. That new bill came after I have gone and left the apartment, vacated.
Well,
Your Honor.
You see, this new bill for $661 doesn't list the phone calls on it.
Well, you asked me for the whole bill.
I understand that, but it's very hard for me to follow, Ms. McBriar, because on the last bill, it doesn't list the phone calls. How is he supposed to know which phone calls he made?
It doesn't list the phone calls because those are the phone. Okay, that $661 is including. It hasn't been paid yet because I can't pay it. I don't have the money because they're Bernard's calls. I mean, I want my money for my phone bill. Your Honor, listen to me, please.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Please listen to me.
I'm trying.
This man, this man here is lying to you.
No, listen, Ms. McBriar, look at this. I want you to look at your March 10th statement. Okay? Look at your March 10th statement. How much does it say is owed on the March 10th statement?
$120.97.
All right. So as of March 1997, you owed $120.
Yes.
Just a minute. Okay. Where is the April bill?
I have the April bill.
Tell me what is owed. And just a second, when did you move out?
I moved out possibly on the, let's see, what was it? It was, what was it, date? That's about March.
No.
What date did he move out,
He
madam?
moved out April 17th.
I knew she'd remember. Women always remember those things. Then forget. He moved out on April 17th?
Yes, he did, Your Honor.
All right. Now, so your March bill was $120.
Yes.
Now let me see the April bill.
Okay. April, here we are. Let me get it together here. Okay, this is the April bill.
Let me see it, please, with all the
Hold
calls on it.
Let me make sure I got them together for you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So I'm not going to let anyone run my phone bill up to $640 and not pay it. That's just not me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Bernard Golden says he shouldn't have to pay a $600 phone bill because he supported Tamara McBriar for 4 years when they were living together.
Oh, you see, I see what happened, Mr. Golden. Now I got it. You made a lot of third-party calls. Because evidently the third-party calls that you made, whoever it was said, I'm not accepting these calls, so they put it all back on her bill in April. Is that what happened?
That's exactly what happened, Your Honor.
Yeah, I knew I'd get it. I knew I'd get it. I knew I'd get it. Because our April bill, sir, reflects the fact that all of these phone calls were made in December. Called from Pasadena to Washington, Sacramento, Hampton, Monterey. You know what people in those areas, sir? What were you doing, making third-party calls? Listen to me. Were you making third-party calls?
Making third-party calls? Yes.
That's what I said.
I was making collect calls.
Well, evidently, whoever initially took the collect call, sir, decided against it. Would you show him these numbers, please? Now, Mr. Golden, you say in your answer that this is all a conspiracy, sir, because she's got a new boyfriend. She wanted you out of the house.
That's true.
That's true.
That's 100% true. Yes. Yes. Plus, what happened was with conspiracy is that she's been talking to her ex-lover for a long time since she's been with me. He's been using up his dad's credit card and showering her down with gifts from the body shops, spending Christmas gifts.
Mr. Golden, did you join the psychic hotline?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Yes, he did, Your Honor.
No, ma'am, I did not.
Take a look at those. Take a look at those.
I don't know
bills.
how that got on his bill because she has a block.
Okay, take a look at those calls, sir. Those numbers have a familiar ring.
Some of them do.
Some of them do.
Yep.
Some of them, not all.
Huh?
Your Honor,
Not
can
all.
I please show you some evidence?
I have just one quick question for you, Mr. Golden. How do you know her phone is blocked for
Because
that?
she told me. Because I made long-distance calls straight from the house, and she
Yeah.
put a block on it
While you were together.
while we were together.
A vote of
And I paid
confidence
for
for
them.
you. Yes.
And I paid for the
All right.
calls.
Give me those phone calls. Now I understand what happened. Or you wanted to show me some evidence before I make a decision in this
Yes,
case?
yes, Your Honor, please.
I'll take the bill back. Yeah. What?
You really need to go over this. You need to look at this. And you really need to look at this.
Got to get ready for this.
You need to look at this. You need to look at this. And you really need to look at these.
And you can read one of them prayers for me too, Your Honor.
These are prayers, sir?
There's a prayer. My special prayer. I'm praying to
his
Jehovah.
special
Adonai.
prayers to
My
whoever.
father.
No, it's
When
not
she
your
was
father.
Just a second. How is this relevant to the phone bill?
Just go ahead.
I don't want to read them all, please. I don't have time. I've got a lot of other work to do
They're
today.
relevant to the phone bill because he asked God to destroy me, to not talk on the phone, and get rid of my girlfriends and destroy me, rebuke me.
That's because
Listen to me, Miss McBride. Everybody's got a wish list. That's his wish list.
Oh, my God. Well, his wish list is terrible. His wish list is terrible.
What is this? What is
it's
this?
terrible. Look at that. Look where he's from. Look at
That's
that.
my birth certificate.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't know she had that.
Oh, yeah. Because that's where you call. That's where you call.
Oh, you mean you're just showing this to me to
Yes.
show that he calls Virginia?
Yes.
He doesn't deny that he made all those calls. He can't look me straight in the eye, square in the eye, and tell me that he didn't make those calls. He did make the calls.
Look at that. He said he cut. Look at that. That was me. That was me. That was me. He cut my face out and said he placed it under the Virgin Mary to keep us together.
You know how many wedding albums I've seen with just that sort of thing done?
We don't have a wedding album. We're not even married.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
All right, listen to me. You owe her the money, sir. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You can't
Yes,
leave
ma'am.
her with this phone bill.
Okay.
It's unfortunate that your relationship didn't work out, but it didn't. You
See,
can't
but-
make all these phone calls. They didn't come to her
See, you-
until after you had vacated the premises.
See, Your Honor, I
Yes.
don't think it's fair for me to pay the bill because the reason why I said this because I supported her for 4 years. Plus, she's when she was not on disability, she was not taking her medication. I was the one who had to be there by her bedside, take her to the hospital when she had a panic attack from a chemical imbalance.
Excuse me, Your
Listen
Honor.
to me, Mr. Golden. Your arrangement was that you paid your long-distance phone bills while you were living there. Is that right?
True.
That was your arrangement?
Yes.
Because you moved out doesn't mean that arrangement ceases. You have to pay her the money. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $640. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out, please.
And on the next Judge Judy.
I still feel that she still cares about me in so many ways, but I have to move on.
I care about him. I was with him for 4 years. He was very nice to me. He has a good heart. But as far as my phone bill, I'm not going to let anyone run my phone bill up to $640 and not pay it. That's just not me. And I think I was pretty fair about the situation. I didn't make any false accusations against him, and I was fair. I was fair, you know. Yes, I do still have feelings for him, but I have to go on about my life because we can't live together.
This is a sad case.
They were too young to love,
How old are you?
16.
and they paid the price.
She doesn't sleep around or fool around or anything. This was the only boy that she had been seeing.
There was never paternity test.
Judge, this is number 84 on the calendar in the matter of Heron versus Brown. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
This is a sad case. Sit down. Pay attention to me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Heron, this is your daughter, I assume.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are suing the defendant, who is the mother of this young man, I assume.
Yes, I am.
Because you say that her son made your daughter pregnant. She had a miscarriage. Your medical bills for the miscarriage were almost $2,000, and you want her to pay half. Is that what this lawsuit is about?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I'd like you to step up here. You too. When did your daughter tell you she was pregnant?
The date was, what was the date? I don't,
End of September, I believe.
it was around the end of September. That's when I learned of it.
Were you dating?
Yes.
Ms. Brown?
Yes.
I know what the lawsuit is with regard to Mr. Heron. I'd like to hear from you as to why you don't believe you should be responsible for half of these medical bills. Your son is how old, 16?
16, yes. First of all, I don't believe that I'm responsible for half these medical bills because there was never a paternity test to prove that Dontrell was the father. Plus, all the stress that her dad put on her after he found out she was pregnant. I think it was about the latter part of August, I got a call from Mr. Herron telling me that Denise had got caught shoplifting a home pregnancy test, and he was really upset and telling me that he had been nice to Dontrell and Dontrell had took advantage. And when I told him, well, it wasn't all Dontrell's fault, and then he tells me, well, yeah, she's the one that came to your house like a common and laid up with them. And so then the next thing I know, she's crying, saying that he had beat her.
Who beat her?
Her father, because he wasn't gonna let her have a, can I say the word?
I would prefer you didn't.
Okay, well, baby. And she stayed with her friends' houses, and even my daughter was concerned about her and was gonna let her stay with her because she was going through a bunch of turmoil. And I feel that all the stress that he put on her, and first of all, you know that being pregnant for the first time, you're scared as it is.
Well, it should, how old are you?
16.
16?
And to have undue stress and pressure put on you by someone that's supposed to be protecting you then. So I feel that he caused a miscarriage by all the stress, and that there was never a paternity test to say that Dontrell was a father. I don't see how he can tell me that I'm responsible for half the medical bills.
Mr. Herron, I'd like to hear from you.
Yes. This is absurd for them to even suggest that her son is not the father. It's an insult and it's appalling.
Well, I don't think it's an insult and it's appalling, Mr. Herron, at all. Quite frankly, I'll address that. I'll address that first, and then I'll get to the stress part.
I would like to say that my daughter has been an honor student for her tenure in school. She's currently the treasurer of her high school. She was elected that. She doesn't sleep around or fool around or anything. This was the only boy that she had been seeing. And the first time I met this young man was he had been arrested for drugs at his junior high school. Helen here, she's is pulling, anything, this stuff about beating Denise is just totally absurd.
Is that true, sir?
It's absolutely not.
Did your father hit you, Denise?
No. No.
Would you tell me if he did?
Yes.
Mr. Herron, what Ms. Brown is saying is not so bizarre as you may think, sir. Two 16-year-olds having sex unprotected, whether it was with him or with anybody else, is stupid. Two 16-year-olds having sex is stupid. Two 16-year-olds having unprotected sex is more stupid, or as my grandson would say, stupider. So, while I'm certain that Dontrell would probably stand up here and proclaim from the rooftops that this was his baby, is that right?
Yes. Well, even after the miscarriage, they stopped by the house. She even offered to help Denise raise the child.
His mother is a little more practical. His mother says, I'm not sure, because 16-year-old with all that testosterone flowing says, yes, the baby is mine. His mother says, how can you be sure?
Well, it's the only thing she has for her defense. This is her defense in chief, and it's all she's got.
Well, Mr. Herron, it's a very good defense, sir.
Well, when I asked her to, didn't offer, a dime, and she knows deep in her heart, she professes to be a Christian and to come to this court and even suggest that he's not the father.
That's not what she's suggesting, sir. She's not suggesting that he's not the father.
But there's a possibility that...
What she's saying is, under the law, in this jurisdiction and in every other jurisdiction, when you have a child out of wedlock, there is no presumption as who the father is. And in order to determine that, we now have very sophisticated testing to determine parentage of children. You know about those tests. They have blood tests, they have DNA tests, and they can prove within 100% who's the father of that child. What Ms. Herron is saying is, under the law, there is no proof that Dontrell is the father of this child. When you're married, it's a different story. When you're married, the law presumes that you are.
So we're left to go with a preponderance of the evidence here, which my daughter doesn't sleep around. They know that. They know what kind of girl she is. She doesn't have time for it. She's an honor student. She's, you know, keep track of her, you know, as best I can.
You didn't keep track of her very well, sir.
But if she was such an
Just a
honest-
second, you didn't keep track of her very well.
Well, I said as best I can. You know, I do operate a business, and
Mr. Herron, that's what Ms. Brown is saying.
But if she was such an honorable student and so such an honorable person, she wouldn't have swore to tell the truth and then turned around and lied, but you never beat her.
You're the one who's...
Because why did
Don't, listen to me, don't fight with each other. Did you tell Dontrell, who was your boyfriend, that your father hit you at some point in the kitchen in your home? Because that's what's in these papers. Did you tell? No, look at me, don't look at the floor, Ms. Herron. Did you tell that to him?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
If my 16-year-old daughter came home pregnant, I guarantee you there'd be a lot of stress in my household. A lot of stress.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. The father of 16-year-old Denise Herron wants Helen Brown to pay the medical cost for Denise's miscarriage because he says Helen's son, Dontrell, was the father.
Did you tell Dontrell, who was your boyfriend, that your father hit you?
Yes. Yes, I was upset.
So you told that to Dontrell, that your father hit you. What did you tell him about your father hitting you?
What do you mean, what did I tell?
I want you to tell me what you told him.
I said that he was yelling and got mad at me and started hitting on me.
Where did he hit you? Where did he hit you?
He didn't. I just told him that I was upset.
Well, why would you tell him that?
Because I was scared he was going to.
So what you did was you told Dontrell a lie. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you understand, Mr. Herron?
Yeah, I understand that I'm out $2,000 in medical bills for an instance that I'm not responsible for. And
listen, you are responsible for it. You are responsible for it because this is your daughter.
Yeah, I can't watch all the time just saying that she can't watch her son, but nonetheless, we're responsible for our minor's actions.
Absolutely
now,
right,
I'm willing
sir.
to accept the risk, but why should the burden of this whole thing be placed on me?
Mr. Herron, if your daughter had not had this miscarriage, and if she had had a child, and if there was a paternity test, listen to me, if there was a paternity test, and if it was established that this young man was the father of the child, he would be responsible for the support of that child, along with your daughter, until the child reached age 21. Right now, what Ms. Brown is saying is that while she believes probably that Dontrell is the father of this child, she's not certain. And she's not certain because of the miscarriage, there is no opportunity to conduct blood tests. And they are not married, so the law does not presume her son is the father of this child. So she doesn't feel as if she should be responsible. And in the law,
Well,
she's
certain. She knows. It's
How
only
does she know? Listen, the only way you can be certain is if you were there.
That's you. She knows, though she's not admitting to it, you know. She knows. If you ask her in her heart if she feels that there could be anybody other than her son, what would you say, Helen? Does Denise
What's
sleep
in my
around?
heart? I don't know what
Your heart-
Denise does. I
Ms.
don't
Brown,
watch Denise.
tell the court what you think.
I don't watch Denise 24 hours a day, but up until this
You
point...
don't watch him 24 hours.
May I speak, please? I really, like I said, when all of this happened, Denise came to me and I opened up my home and I was there for her. And I really had hoped that she would be lady enough to tell the truth here. But if she can stand here and lie and say that he never hit her and he didn't put her out, why should I believe that it was my son's baby? Because it's so easy for her to tell one lie, she could have told another lie.
Well, what she's already done is she's acknowledged here, after some prodding, that she did, in fact, she says, lie to your son about her father beating her. Now, whether her father beat her or not is really not the issue, but it is an indication that your daughter is able to lie, sir, because she says she lied to him. You understand that? And I understand where you're coming from. You say, listen, there should be two people's responsibility.
Well,
I absolutely agree with you, Mr.
Quite
Herron.
a bit of lying going on. It seems as if Mr. Trell here would be following in his father's footsteps, who I guess is...
What does his father have to do with
Mr. Harris, don't bring, I would suggest, sir, that you not bring other matters into this case which really bear no relevance to it. Dontrell, I'm going to tell you this. You believe that you were the father of this child?
Yes.
Then you pay back Mr. Heron. Do you understand?
Yes.
Then you, sir, have a moral, if not a legal obligation, to do that. Now, you go to school?
Yes.
Do you work?
Yes.
What do you work at?
At a senior citizen's home.
How much do you get paid?
$5 an hour.
And what do you do with that money?
Oh, I haven't gotten paid
Speak
yet.
up, sir.
I haven't gotten paid yet, ma'am.
When did you start working there?
It's just a summer job.
And you're going to keep that summer job?
Yes.
Well, then I would suggest, Mr. Brown, that if you want to try to get back into this family's reasonable graces, you're never going to get into their good graces, but reasonable, and assume some sort of moral responsibility for an act that you probably had something to do with, you will see to it that each time you get a paycheck, Mr. Heron gets a check or a money order. Do you understand?
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
what are you looking at? Where are you looking all over the place? Do you understand that?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You got to learn to keep your pants zipped up, sir.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Vincent Heron says Helen Brown's teenage son made his teenage daughter pregnant, so they should share the medical costs.
Your mother is quite correct. She's not responsible because they're not able to establish, because there's no baby here, that you're the father of this child. If you believe that you are, sir, you pay for it. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, are you going to do it?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
No, I don't. Just a
And I'm
minute.
the only one lying here?
Just a second. I'm telling you this. I don't know whether you two young people still see each other, either with your parents' knowledge or without their knowledge. But if there is any remote possibility that you will have a long-term relationship, any, you better start paying back Mr. Heron. And listen to me, Denise. Look at me. I'm not going to ask you whether you still see him, because I'm not going to create any more difficulty than already exists. But if he doesn't start making those payments, starting this week when he gets paid to your father, I would suggest to you that he does not have the kind of character that you want to hook up with permanently. Do you understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Your Honor, would a
Yes.
preponderance of the evidence suggest here that if he says that he's the father, I know that he is, Denise knows, Helen knows, but wouldn't the preponderance of the evidence indicate that I should get some kind of judgment?
Absolutely not, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely not, sir.
Mm-hmm.
There is not a
It's
preponderance.
as
Listen
much
to me.
in her favor as it is in mine.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You could bring anybody in off the street and say, I believe that they're the father of this unborn child. I want to be paid half of my outlay of medical costs. The only question that I asked your daughter here today, Mr. Heron, was whether or not you beat her. She said initially no. Then we went back to her and I said, did you tell him that your father beat you? She said yes. Listen to me. You say it never happened. That means somebody is lying. Do you understand?
There's no record of violence at our house at all.
No, listen to me. Your daughter said, Mr. Heron, that she told Dontrell that you beat her. That was, therefore, according to you, a lie. Is that right?
What does that have to do with the responsibility of the medical bills here? This is what I'm suing for.
Mr. Heron, you want to, in order for you to establish, to my satisfaction, by a preponderance of the evidence, sir, that this unborn child was his child, I would have to believe...
He said, I said it, she
no,
said it. She's the
I
only
would
one
have to believe your daughter. In a situation where the law in this jurisdiction does not hold any presumption of paternity, I am not prepared to do that. The only thing I am prepared to do is to make a moral judgment that if this young man believes that he is the father of this child, then he has the moral responsibility at age 16 to defray some of the medical costs. But his mother does not have that responsibility because she is entitled to know whether her son father this child before she puts her hand in her pocket.
But yet I'm responsible for my minor. She's not responsible for hers. You know.
No, sir. Unfortunately, as the father of a daughter, that's true. That's true. It seems somewhat inequitable. That's what they have paternity tests for, sir.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Could I suggest this without the paternity test to indicate that it's 1 in a million chance? Is there a possibility to get part of the judgment? I mean, instead of saying that I'm wrong totally, I mean...
No, Mr. Heron, I just told you he's supposed to pay the whole $900 because that's half of your medical bills, $900 and some odd dollars. What is it?
With me saying that I think the baby is mine, but would it matter the cause of the miscarriage? 'Cause like
No. Doesn't matter the cause of the miscarriage, sir. That's what you put in your answer. You say because her father placed her under a great deal of stress. No. Listen to me. I'm going to get on his case. I want you to be quiet. What you're saying is because her father placed her under a great deal of stress, that caused the miscarriage. And therefore, you shouldn't be responsible. I want to tell you something. If my 16-year-old daughter came home pregnant, right, and the father, she said, was another 16-year-old who went to high school, I guarantee you there'd be a lot of stress in my household. A lot of stress. You got to learn to keep your pants zipped up, sir. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Keep yourself busy. Get 2 jobs. Think. Use your brain. You know, this is the time for you to use your brain. I know using other parts of your anatomy don't require that much effort, all right? But get 2 jobs because he's out money, and if what you believe is true, that you are the father of this child, if you believe that, then you have a responsibility, even at age 16, to help defray the costs. We understand each other?
Yes.
That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back door to your right, please.
On the next Judge Judy. Alyssa goes with Steve. Steve and Maria had a baby. Alyssa says Maria keyed her Mustang.
Don't give me a lot of baloney. I know everything.
Real people. Judge Judy.
We discussed this in here. I don't want to get into it. If you want to question them, I'm through with the case.
This is really ludicrous that we'd have to be drug into court behind it. I mean, I thought it was a joke when he told me that he was suing me. I really did, because I didn't see how he could. I wouldn't want him to be seeing her anyway, because I don't trust this guy, because he's a total nutcase. He's a totally unbalanced, and if he was to catch them together, if he beat up his own daughter, I'd hate to see what he did to my son.
I just think he was trying to get more money than what, because the bill wasn't really no $900. His insurance paid for half of it, so he's trying to get more into his pocket.
She wanted the child.
She didn't make the baby herself, right?
Kevin and Kelly fell in love and had a baby. When Kelly left him, she took the baby with her.
He's mentally and physically abusive, and I have proof of that.
Was he abusive according to you before you got pregnant?
No.
Was he abusive while you were pregnant?
A few times, yes.
Mother of his child, Kelly Holtman, for running out with their daughter and leaving their apartment bare.
Order, all rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. Judges number 74 on the calendar in the matter of Osborne versus Holtman Chesmar. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Have a seat, ma'am.
You're Mr. Chesmar?
Yes.
Why don't you have a seat for a moment, sir, even though you're a co-defendant in this case.
Right.
My reading of these papers suggests that you're really not a party in interest to this. Mr. Osborne, I read your complaint, sir. You and the defendant were engaged for about 2.5 years. Is that correct?
Yes.
And during that engagement period, you had a child.
Yes, ma'am.
Sort of not the way things are supposed to happen, you know.
She'd asked me to marry her.
No,
She didn't make the baby herself, right?
But she wanted the...
Shh.
Order.
She wanted the child. I did not at the time. Because I didn't know about our relationship and trusting her.
Mr. Osborne.
Yes,
shh. Engaged for 2.5 years, had a child. According to you, you were in jail for something. You'll tell me what in a minute. She moved out. When she moved out, she took $1,500 worth of your personal property.
And my child.
And your child.
No.
So, what were you in jail for?
I had a warrant for $100 owed to Burbank Court. And I had gotten in a fight with a friend over buying a car. We were wrestling in the driveway. The neighbors had called the police. They asked me if I had any warrants. I told them yes. And they took me in on that, and that only.
Why didn't you take care of these warrants?
Because we had moved in together and got a one-bedroom, and it was the expense of the child and all that. I couldn't afford it at all. I was trying to make a life for us and
Stop
pay
it.
utilities.
You're making me cry. What were the warrants for, sir? Warrants for parking tickets, driving while under the influence,
No,
speeding.
driving on a suspended license. I had done the time for it, but I owed court assessment, $100.
And how long were you in jail?
10 days.
And what happened while you were in jail?
In that time, she had taken my stuff, her stuff, and my child, and left the state.
Ms. Holdman, first, why don't you tell me why you left while he was in jail?
Well, first of all, we had a 3-day notice because Mr. Osborne did not get a job, and I could not pay rent and bills on my own.
Were you working?
No, I am disabled.
What's the nature of your disability?
Epilepsy.
So you received a disability check for yourself and the child?
No, at the time I was not receiving disability yet. I was on AFDC.
Okay. AFDC was paying the rent, so why did you get a notice to leave?
Because I could not afford the full amount
were
of rent. And I could not afford the full amount of rent, and I could not afford all the bills. Mr. Osborne had run up phone bills that I have, and he did not give any part of his to help pay for bills or rent.
So you decided to leave. There had to be more than that.
No, ma'am. We got the pay or quit before he went to jail, and he knew that we had to move.
Is that the pay or quit notice?
Yes, I
May
have two
see
of
it,
them.
please?
They only
Okay.
asked for $50 to continue the rent. They made a deal with us.
You decided to move out. I have a feeling that there was more to the reason that you moved out, moved far away than just this pay and quit notice. But you left. Now, the question is, did you take any of his property with you?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Now, he's suing for $1,500. What property do you say she took?
She took dishes, clothes, her king-size bed that she had loaned us.
Just a second. Hold on. Let's go slowly, Mr. Osborne. Let's start with the bed.
Right.
The bed wasn't yours.
No.
Good. So let's forget
But
the
Lorraine
bed.
wants it back.
Just a
It
second.
was a
That's
loan.
her problem. I'm talking about you. She's not a co-plaintiff. You. What stuff did she take of yours?
She took ultrasound photos of the child and everything I had of the child.
Not everything. I want to hear, sir, what she took. Ultrasound photos of the child.
Yes, ma'am.
What else?
She took all my clothes.
Clothes. You say she took your clothes?
Yes.
What else did she take?
There was a fish tank, equipment, a little miniature pool table that I had for Brandy.
What else?
She had taken all my dishes.
Dishes.
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of dishes, sir? Limoges?
Plates, cups, glasses.
What else? That's not...
Everything in the apartment. Everything in mine that I had.
Mr. Osborne.
Yes, ma'am.
This is not why you're here, sir.
No, I'm here because of Brandy.
No, this is not why you're here, because this is a lot of baloney.
It is. And I don't care about the material things.
Because you're suing her for $1,500, but so far, you haven't given me $15 worth of stuff.
I have all kinds of things that went of value. I had 4 suits in there that were $600 each. I had all my clothes. That adds
Are
up.
you telling me you spent $600 a piece on 4 suits? You
Yes,
must have some good job.
And if you, yes, I did.
I don't have any use for your suits anyways.
Listen
why
to me.
would I take
I don't
Sir,
know why.
Mr. Osborne, you're not here because of this
I'm
property,
here because of
sir.
Brandy. I could care less about my stuff, material things.
Well, what do you
if
want?
I win, I'm going to use that to get visitation. She will not let me see my child, and she says, take me to
I tried to
court.
let you see your kid.
Just a second. So she says in her answer to your complaint that this is all about getting some money so that you can hire a lawyer, so that you can sue her in whatever the domestic relations or family court is in
Visitation,
your
that's
jurisdiction.
all.
Is that why you're here, sir?
Yes,
to get
ma'am,
money
it is.
so that you
Yes,
can hire a lawyer?
Yes, I was hoping to see my child today, and
Just
she's
that's,
not.
that's why you're here?
Yes.
To get money for a lawyer?
Yes.
this is not a proper forum for you, sir, to abuse the system, to come to court for that reason.
No, I also, I need some clothes, something to wear.
Did you take any of his clothes?
No, Your Honor, I did
now,
not.
You're a co-defendant. Stand up, sir. You're suing him because why?
He was a party of taking my stuff. He helped her move out.
How do you know
He's
that?
a witness of all.
Just a second. How do you know that?
She had told me. And
Who
there's
told you?
another.
Who told you?
Who told me? John Brown, another friend of Lorraine's, who was told her, Lorraine, that he had helped her
Can't
move
hear all
out.
that. I mean, it's a court, sir. Did you help her move when she left?
The only thing I moved out of there, I didn't move anything personally, ma'am. I had just had back surgery, so I wasn't lifting or doing any of that. They had brought out a dresser, the king-size bed, 2 dressers, and that was it. That's all I hauled.
You didn't haul that yourself.
No, ma'am.
What about her clothes? What about her stuff?
I didn't haul any of that.
Do I look like I need help? What does that have to do with you, her clothes?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Kelly and I were.
When I
You
get to that
shut your
house,
mouth.
go ahead, hit me, and I'll put a lawsuit against you.
Yeah, I'll bet you will.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 26-year-old Kevin Osborne is suing the mother of his child, Kelly Holdman, for running out with their daughter and leaving their apartment bare.
You had somebody, according to these papers that I have, come in and take out your things.
A
You had
friend, the most expensive stuff. My
You
tools.
had a friend come in and take out
Right,
some things.
Your Honor, I don't know who took my stuff.
Mr.
I don't know if it was
Osborne,
my friend.
Did
if
you
it was
just say to me that you had your friend come in and take out the most expensive things, your tools?
Yes, because that's what I did for a living.
Well, then it's not logical, Mr. Osborne, for the defendant to have taken suits which she can hardly use and left the most expensive thing
She does it to-
with the tools. I mean, if she was going to take something to sell them, certainly it would have been far smarter for her to take the tools, which she probably could have sold.
She plays games, and she takes it just to
I
when I get out of jail, so I have nothing.
So
she wants
far,
to ruin
Mr.
me.
Osborne, the one who's playing a game is you, who's playing a game with a court.
No, ma'am. No,
with
ma'am.
a court, because you're not here because of the things she allegedly took from your apartment.
Yes, I am.
Your problem, the two of you, is that you made a baby, and you had no right to make a baby until you had made a life together. That's what you did. That's a
why
mistake.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a
That's
mistake.
why I wanted to wait to have
I
a
want to
child.
tell you something. I would run away from you too, sir. You don't know how to be quiet. I mean, there's something very controlling about your manner. What I'm telling you is you made a baby, you had no business making a baby, but now baby has 2 parents. So I assume that eventually a judge is going to hear this case. I assume you've been legally declared the father of this child, sir, is that right?
No, not legally, but it's in the birth certificate.
That's not legally. Well, if you... What?
That's all I
Another
have.
reason
I don't
why
have the
left
money to
him-
do a DNA
Another
test.
reason why I left him also is because he's mentally and physically abusive, and I have proof of that. I have permanent scars on my body that I've never asked him for a penny. He's lived off of me all his life since we got
I want to pay
together.
child support. She won't even let me pay child support.
Then that was very bad judgment on your part.
Yes, it was.
Especially if you have a disability. That's very bad judgment on your part to live
Yes,
with
ma'am.
somebody who is abusive. Clearly, this was not a relationship that was destined to go on for 25 years. Unfortunately, you made this child, and the child has 2 parents. All I want to know, sir, is you don't need $1,500, which is what you're suing for, to go into court and file a petition asking legally to be declared the father of this child. Once you're legally declared to be the father of this child, along with that comes certain rights. One of the rights is to have a regular time to see your daughter. Regular. That's what's supposed to happen. It's not supposed to be a controlling situation so that you call whenever you want to see the child.
I realize
because
that,
clearly that's not going to work here. So you're going to have somebody else set up a schedule for you. But you have to go into court to do that. Are you still receiving AFDC?
Yes, ma'am, just for the child, and I'm receiving disability for myself.
Well, if she's receiving AFDC
Your
for the
Honor?
child,
Your Honor, when she was living with me, in all the places that she was living, she was getting AFDC and welfare and saying that she was living at their house. That's perjury. That is lying to the social service who I'm talking to now on fraud, welfare fraud.
I don't think so.
Notified welfare when she moved.
let me tell you something.
She worked with my mother. I moved her in when I first met her to take care of nurse and take care of my mom and maid. And she did not claim that she was living there earning money.
Yes,
Lorraine
I
is
did.
a
I told the
Lorraine is a
welfare
witness.
office.
Is all that Kelly, her granddaughter, has done to me. I'm living with Lorraine now. We were supposed
First
to
of
get
all,
married.
she's not my legal grandmother.
No, but she took custody of Kelly when she was 12 years old.
No, she did not. I ran away to her when I was 12.
Listen, I'm really not interested in going back to the flood, sir. What I'm telling you is, and I don't mean to be hard on you. I really don't mean to be hard on you. But this is the mother of your child. You're not supposed to put her in jeopardy. By what you just said to me now, you have placed her in jeopardy. Why would you want to do that?
Because she is not she's not a fit mother, that's why.
And like you're a fit father.
I have witnesses that she was
Well, listen,
at
you
a bar drunk, staggering, and she's supposed to be a mother of my child.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Did I ever hit you?
Yeah, what the hell is this?
Oh, no.
What is this?
You were drunk.
Yeah, I was
I
drunk.
pushed you. Did I hit you?
I was
No.
drunk. Yeah.
And later today,
Do you really believe in this position that you've taken for me?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, then let me tell you where you're all wet.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
I would hope that whatever judge hears your case and hears your petition for paternity and custody or visitation, whatever you will be seeking, does a full forensic examination, that is a full psychiatric and psychological evaluation of both of you. And I would assume that once those forensics are done, if they are done by a qualified person, the judge will have all the information that he or she needs to make an appropriate order for custody or visitation. My case here is a very simple one. You have not established to my satisfaction that she took anything from this apartment that belonged to you, and I am dismissing your lawsuit. With the proviso, sir, that if you want visitation, and not just to be tootin', you go into court yourself, you don't need a lawyer, you petition the court to be legally declared the father of this child. They will immediately make an order of support so that I, the taxpayer, don't have to support your child, which I am doing now. Because
she won't let me pay child
just
support.
a second.
She wants
I
to
don't want
keep
you.
collecting
Just a second.
ATC and get my child away from me.
Listen to me. Judge, listen to me, Judge. Full forensic examinations before you make any order. This case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back door to your right, please.
She keeps their marriage going, and she's told me some of the things that she does with them.
He's jealous. He's jealous of the relationship
Maybe because
that we
he has
have.
to sit in his bedroom with his mags.
Parties on Young versus Cornelius. Step forward, please.
Financial controller Lucinda Young says she loaned Aaron Cornelius money and even adjusted his tax deductions because she felt sorry for him, but he won't pay her back.
Ms. Young, I gather that you work in the accounting department where the defendant works as an employee. Is that correct?
I'm the controller.
According to your complaints, he came to you and asked to borrow $168. That was a personal loan. You gave him $168. He hadn't paid you back.
Right.
Is that it?
That's it.
You say it has nothing to do with a personal loan.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Well, let's hear what your defense is.
My defense is that she had told me that the government was taking too much money away from me on each paycheck, that she can correct that by blocking my taxes for periods of time.
What do you mean blocking your taxes?
Basically where the money comes to me now instead of at the end of the year.
So she was going to add more deductions for you. Is that what you're saying? Claim that as a result of that, it cost you some money.
That's correct.
How much money did it cost you?
Approximately almost $500 at the end of the year that I ended up owing due to this block.
It's not a block. It's just changing the number of deductions.
Changing the number of deductions, yes.
Well, let me ask you, sir, how did you come to ask her, how did she come to give you this $168?
And you know, it was hurting me financially, and she had offered to help. And she said she had wrote me out a check for $168, And I said, thank you. And I didn't assume that it was a loan due to the fact that it was her negligence that brought me to this point anyway.
Now, you want to tell me your version of how this came about?
Well, Aaron came into my office and said, I've been making payments. His tax return, I assume, was filed on time in April. He said, I owe $168, or they're going to garnish me. Well, we don't like garnishments where I work because they cause a little extra work for all of us. And, you know, I've known Aaron for as long as he's worked at the company. And I said, Aaron, how much is it? How much do you need to not be garnished? He said, $168. I said, okay, I'll write you a check. Pay me back when you can. Here's $168. The garnishment came through next week, the following week. I said, what'd you do with the money? But obviously that's history now. It doesn't matter.
Okay, but you said to him, here's the $168, pay me back when you can.
He offered to sign a note. In fact, that was the first thing he said before I even offered to give him the money. He said, I'm happy to sign a note, whatever it takes, but I need this money now. I said, you don't need to sign a note. I know.
Excuse me?
Do you really believe in this position that you've taken before me?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Well, then let me tell you where you're all wet.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
She explained to you, if I believe what you say, that if you took, let's say, 4 deductions, you would get more in your salary each week, and it would probably be a wash with regard to taxes. You wouldn't have to pay any taxes, and you would end up with more dollars in your hand, correct?
That's correct.
All right. So what happened was, you still got more dollars. She didn't get any gain out of this, you did. If she put more deductions, that means you got more money in your paycheck each week. Why should she have to pay for that? She didn't write a company check, she wrote her own personal check. You still got the money.
Okay.
Now, did you go to her office and say, if I don't send them $168, they're going to garnish my salary?
That's correct.
And did she say to you, I'll give you the $168 because we don't like that to happen, you'll give it back to me when you can?
She had said to assist me, yes. She did say she would assist me, yes.
You left out the last part, Mr.
That's
Cornelius.
correct, because I don't recall that part.
Well, she recalls it, and it sounds very logical to
Well,
me.
I have it in an email here that he intended to pay me back.
Because you kept hounding me about it, and I was going to try to
just a
square it away.
second. Did you put it in a letter to her that you were going to pay her back?
Yeah, because she kept
Good.
hounding me about it.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $168. Thank you. That's
Parties
all.
are excused. You may step out the back door to your right.
On the next Judge Judy.
I told him $28 a paycheck, 6 paychecks. He won't owe me any more money. You know, I honestly think that if Aaron had it in his pocket and it was spare money he didn't know what to do with, I think he would have given it back to me. But I don't think he has any spare money. I don't think he's had any spare money for a while.
চেস করে আগুন গাড়ি চেস করে পিছে তাকে কেউ নাই পরের কত জ্বালা ফেস করে ভাই তো এসে সামনে বলে পকেট কাটে তোলে তোলে আমার লাভে তগো জলে জ্ঞান দিলে কেন মাথা জলে সেঞ্চুরিটা একা করি তেরা চাপা সুজা করি সুজা করতে না হইলে আঙুলটারে বেকা করি ডাইনে ফিউচার শর্টকাটটা বামে গিয়া দেখা করি চুপচাপ তুই সাইডে চাপ তোর ইতিহাস লেখা ধরি Yeah, welcome to the zone. This is CK from Joy. Cinetic bi কতক্ষণ হেরা ব্রাইটনেস এ থাকে মগজ হাইনেস এ রাখি যতক্ষণ না পতন দেখি ততক্ষণই দিয়া থাকি যখন পুরা দেশে সস্তা বিফ দিস গেম বেলু দেখা হ্যাং খায় জলসে মাথা বাম পায়ের তালু বেড়া হাত থাকতো তুই নাই খালি মার থাকতো খেলি নাই কারণ খেলে কোনো বাকি বাইস্তা সদর দরজা খুলি নাই তো রয়্যাল বেঙ্গল টাইগার না রয়্যাল বেঙ্গল ভুদাই তুই তো কুত্তা দেখা খিসা সিনে পালপার সুতাই ব্যানার ঈশ্বরচন্দ্র দাবি তেল দেশ নষ্ট তালা চাবি ট্যালেন্ট যুক্ত গুজব দিয়া স্ন্যাক পি চাইলে কি আর পাবি তুই তো রয়্যাল বেঙ্গল টাইগার না রয়্যাল বেঙ্গল ভুদাই তুই তো কুত্তা দেখা খিসা সিনে পালপারো সুতায় ব্যানার ঈশ্বরচন্দ্র দাবি তেল দেশ নষ্ট তালা চাবি ট্যালেন্ট যুক্ত গুজব দিয়া স্ন্যাক পি চাইলে কি আর পাবি তুই তোর দুঃসাহসী খুব ভাব রক্ত গরম খোলে তাপ লেজ দেখায় বা কিং কোবরা ফিজিক্সি তো ধুরা সবাই এরিয়া ডন বাগ বাইরে বিলাই পিস্তা গে তো হুদাই ছিলাই ডক হয়ে যে শখ হয়ে ভুলই চালা মাথা হিলাই লেভেলে নাই কোনো কাজে ছোট মাইরা বড় সাজে সাপের করতে ইন্দুর খুঁজে ছুজা কইলে কেন উল্টা বুঝে স্বভাবটা ভাই এতই বাজে খারে তুললে রক্ত চুচে টিকটক ফিল্টার মারা না একার কপি কইরা গায়ক সাজে লেন্স আছে সেন্স কই মেডেল আছে বেস্ট কই গুন্ডামি আর মন্ডামি তা মামলা পুলিশ কেস কই বেড়ারে আছে চার্জ নাই কুত্তা বিডা লাস্ট নাই আগলা টপিক চারা গেঞ্জাম খায়া দায়া কাজ নাই গো ভাত জুটে না গাঙ্গে এডি উড়া থাকে চাঙ্গে সাতো একটির পিটলে টাঙ্গে দেহি খুঁজলো তোর কোন লাঙ্গে খোলাই নেশার নকয় চান্দে পয়রা মায়া জালের ফান্দে জিক্সার 120 টান্দে বাইতে বুইরা বাপাই কান্দে তুই তো রয়্যাল বেঙ্গল টাইগার না রয়্যাল বেঙ্গল ভুদাই তুই তো কুত্তা দেখা খিসা সিনে পালপারো সুতায় ব্যানার ঈশ্বরচন্দ্র দাবি তেল দেশ নষ্ট তালা চাবি ট্যালেন্ট যুক্ত গুজব দিয়া স্ন্যাক পি চাইলে কি আর পাবি তুই তো রয়্যাল বেঙ্গল টাইগার না রয়্যাল বেঙ্গল ভুদাই তুই তো কুত্তা দেখা খিসা সিনে পালপারো সুতায় ব্যানার ঈশ্বরচন্দ্র দাবি তেল দেশ নষ্ট তালা চাবি ট্যালেন্ট যুক্ত গুজব দিয়া স্ন্যাক পি চাইলে কি আর পাবি